So that's a good spot right there.
Like that.
I can still remember when I first saw the game. Remember just how good the feeling was. I was never quite the same. My family there beside me, and we all went on to say that we'd never find another game like the game we saw that day. So we watched the champions coming up, and we watched the champions fall. And we watched the champions hanging on with their backs against the wall. We had our share of heroes, there were many there, it's true. But those were the greatest heroes I guess I ever knew. Aussie rules, I thank you for the best years of our lives. All those hazy, crazy young days, all those fun days in our lives. Thank you for the laughter, and I thank you for the tears, and I thank you just for helping us to overcome our fears. And I thank you for 100 years. Through those times of plenty, through those times of strife, you were always there on Saturday. Give meaning to our lives. It was hard to dwell on bad times. It was hard to dwell on doubts. It was hard to dwell on other things when your team came running out. And now the time has passed us, and now the nation's grown. The kids dressed up in colors, they've got heroes of their own. My family there around me, I still hear them say, there'll never be a better game than the game we have today. Aussie rules, I thank you for the best years of our lives. All those magic sunny Saturdays, there were no better days in our lives. I thank you for the laughter, and I thank you for the tears, and I thank you just for helping us to overcome our fears. And I thank you for 100 years. Aussie rules, I thank you for the best years of our lives. All those hazy, crazy young days, all those fun days in our lives. I thank you for the laughter, and I thank you for the tears. And I thank you just for helping us to overcome our fears. And I thank you 100 years.
Good afternoon and welcome to the TTMI Case IH Mid-Gippsland Football Netball League feature match of round 16 between Morwell East and Yinnar at the incredible Morwell East Rec Reserve. I'm Brad Sinclair from Sports Stream Live, and I'll be your host commentator.
I can still remember.
We'll take two. We've just had some technical difficulties there. Good afternoon and welcome to the TTMI Case IH Mid-Gippsland Football Netball League feature match of round 16 between Morwell East and Yinnar. Here at the incredible Morwell East Rec Reserve, I'm Brad Sinclair from Sports Stream Live and I'll be your host commentator for the afternoon. The forecast is for a cloudy day with a top temperature of 14 degrees. There is no rain forecast, so let's hope that stays true. The ground is in excellent condition, and I would have to say the best surface that I've seen this year in mid-Gippsland football. The home side, Morwell East, sitting on top of the table, and Yinnar in third position, but can take top spot today. Morwell East coming off the bye, and Yinnar got home by 21 points over Newborough last week. Today, we welcome our newest team member to Sports Stream Live and the Mid-Gippsland League broadcast, a man that needs no introduction to Gippsland football. He's played over 200 games across the region with Hill End, Foster, Warragul, Yarrigan, and most recently, ironically, with Yinnar, who we broadcast today. He's a big man that has filled many spots in his career, whether he was needed up back, forward, or in the ruck. He was inevitably the one that they called upon at that particular time. He started out as a forward and was very agile for a big man and found himself in the league's top 3 goal kickers by season's end continually. On his move to Warragul in the Gippsland League, he was used in defence and played on some of the great forwards such as Darren Sheen out at Maffra, Jake Best when he was at Leongatha, Trent Noble, ex-St Kilda Richmond player at Maffra, and Ben Hughes, ex-North Melbourne at Druin. For the past 5 years, he's been playing his latter years of his career with Yinnar, which has been riddled by injury. Firstly, in 2022, rupturing his Achilles in the Magpies Premiership year. He reappeared in 2023 in the ruck in what was a great year for him personally, and now he is out injured again after coming back from broken ribs. He's now ruptured the other Achilles. But football's loss is Sports Stream Live's gain, as we are thrilled to welcome Matt Mosley to the team, and we look forward to his special comments throughout not only today, but the remainder of the Mid-Gippsland season. Welcome aboard, Matt.
Thank you, Brad. Very excited to be a part of the team.
It's great to have you here, and I'll tell you what, it's great to get some input of a special comments man that not only knows the competition and other competitions within the region, but very intimately know today's team in Yinnar.
I do. I know the insides and what's going to happen and what they're going to do today, but I can't give too much away.
It'll be good for blow by blow today, because you'll know these, as I said, these players intimately. You know where there could be a shift in players, and one question I will ask you shortly, we won't do it now. I'm really interested to see who you think will play on Chris Wangman, who's the leading goal kicker at Morwell East on 62. We'll get that off you later. We have got, and you know this guy as well, we have got a great pre-game interview with Brendan Evans, the new games record holder at Morwell East. Part 1 is in the pre-game, and part 2 is at half-time. I'm looking forward to that. Tell us a little bit about Brendan Evans.
Well, I had a lot to do with Evo over the years, him being a backman when I was playing forward. He was a very quick type of player, built like a greyhound, but uses the ball really, really well. And he's done it for at least 10 years, and he's still going well to this day.
Yeah, it was great to catch up with him during the week. Michael Robinson and I come out to this ground during the week, had a chat with him about his career. And don't forget, part 2 will be at the halftime show. Currently, just before we go to that interview, in the reserves, Morwell East 6-4-40 trail, Yinnar 8-8-56, and there's nearly time gone, so it looks like Yinnar will win that one. Let's see what Brendan Evans, the games record holder for Morwell East, had to say during the week. So, Brendan, I thought there's no better place to start this interview than on the Brendan Evans half-back flank going down this end. This is your domain right here.
I've run this spot a few times, that's for sure.
Now, 20 years at this footy club.
Yep.
Juniors, you've only ever played at one football club.
Yep.
It's been an incredible journey. Games record holder at the club. Yep. How does that sort of thing sit with you?
Oh, look, I don't know whether I'm just a bit too modest, but I don't tend to think about it too much, to be honest. Like, it is a it's a good personal achievement, that's for sure. Something to be very proud of. But at the same time, I don't look into it a great deal. I kind of just play football because I love the game and I love the people here. So as much as it is a great achievement, I tend to keep away from that side of it as well. But yeah.
You don't have your own parking spot when you roll up here, or you just...
I've made one up, that's for sure. I just got to put a sign on the fence.
Now, I would imagine, I've only ever been here a couple of times.
Yep.
I would imagine in the middle of winter, middle of July on a Tuesday, Thursday night,
Yep.
you get quite wet and cold out here, I would have thought.
Yeah, over the years, definitely. And look, to be honest, the council's put a fair bit of work in over the last few years, as you can probably see some of the drainage that's gone in. And actually these days it holds up really well.
Yep.
Like, as you can see at the moment, after the last few weeks of rain, it's definitely in pretty good condition. It has for the last few years, but yeah, prior to that, yeah, it could be cold, wet, muddy, miserable.
And that's the thing, isn't it? Because you've played through the journey of when grounds were bog heaps.
Yes, yep.
And you've come out the other end, and you probably wish it had been switched around.
Yeah.
Where you started your career on top of the ground, I would have thought.
Absolutely. To be honest, the way I play football, I'd rather it be days like this all the time, with it just trying to run anyway. But yeah, it's definitely been definitely the grounds have changed over the years, that's for sure.
So
it's gotten better.
There's been a few premierships.
I played in one reserves one back in 2010.
Yeah, so I don't care if they're under 10.
Yeah, yep.
You would never forget that, would you?
Yeah, no, exactly right. And it does seem like a lifetime ago, and well, it nearly is. It's 12 years ago, no, 14 years ago since that premiership. So, yeah, it's the only one I've had success in. Did play in a senior grand final in my first year, in 2009, but we lost that game. And since then, yeah, we haven't had any success, unfortunately, in the senior football department. So, hopefully, fingers crossed this year.
We're coming
is the year.
round 16, 2024.
Yep.
You're sitting on top.
Yep.
There's got to be times you put the head on the pillow of a night thinking, hey, this could be the year.
Yeah, well, look, you do, and you don't want to look too far into it. Obviously, there's still a lot of football to go. We've still got 3 pretty tough games to cap off the season, but, when you're sitting on top with 3 rounds to go, you start to wonder, could this finally be the year that we might be able to do it? So, I said there's a lot of footy to go, but we're in a pretty good position to hopefully go all the way, that's for sure.
So we're in the goal square here, Brendan. This club's had some really good forwards in your time here, and probably as a kid watching senior football as well.
Yep.
Tell us about some of your better ones.
Yeah, well, ones I've personally played with, right back at the start of my career in senior football, was Dave Walker, who was a legend of the club. Very good full forward, very good footballer. He's still involved in the club, which is good, but yeah, he's definitely one of the better forwards I've seen. Who else have we had? We've had Sean Barnes, who was a different type. He was more of a lead-up, taller, scrawnier kind of forward, but he did kick a lot of goals for us, especially when he first came to the club. So he was very pivotal during our seasons in 2010 to 2020 when he played. And at the moment, we've got Chris Wangman up there, who's leading the goal kicking.
Yeah.
I think 60-something goals so far this year.
I think.
So first year at the club, but he's fit right in. Absolute legend of a bloke and gun full forward. And yeah, he's fit right into this team, into the culture, into everything here. So
he's right up there.
He's right. He's leading the goal kicking at the moment.
No, I mean right up there in your eyes that have played in the goal square at Morwell East.
Well, I mean, he's only a year into his career here, and hopefully there's a few more years to come. But the year he's having would say that he is one of the better full forwards that probably have come through this club. There's others that people like Brad Gibson who have played full forward for a bit. He probably played when Dave was around, so probably wasn't that key target for a lot of the time. But another very good crafty forward that's definitely and played a lot of football here and kicked a lot of goals. So there are a lot that have played here during my time.
And you speak of Wangman and some really good forwards in this competition, Jake Best and the like. To be in front. He's got to be something special. I'm really looking forward to watching him today. The other one is that you made mention of the time out here and cold on a Tuesday, Thursday. 20 years at a club, putting in so much time. You must have a very good family unit.
Yeah, definitely. Look, I've got a very good support in terms of family, that's for sure. My fiancée and my 2 kids, they let me play football every week and let me go to train a few nights a week. So they definitely support me in that factor, and even parents and the rest of my family have always been supportive, always been behind me. They've always been involved in the club as well, which has made it easy, that's for sure.
Well, your dad was president?
Yes, yeah, he was president for a handful of years, and he did a lot of, he did some junior coaching back in the 90s when my brother was playing here, which was a long time ago now. And he's done some other various roles around the club, so yeah, definitely made it easy.
So what do you do for work?
Me, at the moment I work at AKZ Reinforcing in Morwell,
Yep.
so steel manufacturer out the back on Latrobe Road. And I'm I guess you could call it territory manager, so I'm driving around looking for work and basically like a salesman with them.
So you've been there a while?
3 years I've been there.
3 years?
Yep.
So I would imagine that a very understanding company to work for too with footy, because it's not like when you would have started where you just turn up. Now there's meetings and videos and analysis, and you needed more during the week, aren't you? So it's come a long way.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Now, I've got to say, your current president, Colin King, has coached here at the football club.
Yep.
How do you find that as a player under a president that's coached the footy club and played? Do you find that that's a unique position that helps you?
Yeah, I think so. Look, King is a very passionate individual. He's a passionate coach. He's passionate at president. He does a very good job. He did a good job coaching, great job at presidency. So, and I think he's just a bit more understanding, being in the position where he was a player as well. So he understands the playing position, he understands the coaches. Now he understands probably that more off-field kind of stuff in the presidency. So yeah, he's been fantastic, and he continues to be. So yeah.
Best players you've ever played with here at Morwell East over the 20 years? Name a couple.
Yeah, okay. There's a few that come to mind. So when I first started senior football here, when I was just a kid, I got to play with a bloke by the name of Phil Pavey, brother with Anthony and Luke.
I played with Anthony many years ago.
Yep. So I don't know if you played with Phil at all, but
No.
I only played a couple of years before he finished up his football. But yeah, he's one of the better footballers I've seen, definitely in this club.
Yep.
Just a silky left footer. I mean, typical left footer, they're all bloody silky, but yeah, he just, one of them players who got the ball and seemed to have all the time in the world.
Yeah.
And skills were unbelievable. So, but you know, in saying that, I did only get to see a couple of years with him, but definitely when I was young, definitely one of them players that stood out. Then after that, a very similar player in terms of Frank Marks.
Yeah.
He's won 3 or 4 best and fairest at this club as well. Absolute similar player, just absolute gun, left footer. You know, could hit a target from 20 or 60 metres away. Just silk, one of them left-footed silk kind of players, and he's definitely right up there with one of the best I've seen at this club. But to be honest, probably, if I'm going to name someone as the best, I think Brandon Francis.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know Brandon, I've seen him play.
Yeah. I haven't seen him play, but know of him.
Yeah, look, I've played football with him. He's a couple of years younger than me, but he was playing senior football here at the same time I started. When he was, I think he was only 14 or 15 years old when he started senior football, and he was already starting to dominate then. And he's one of them players who, when he hits the field, it's 110% no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, and his body's probably let him down a little bit over the years, and he'll be the first to tell you that. But no matter if he's coming back from an injury or whatever, he's always 110%. He can leap over the top of packs, take marks, big kick, can kick goals if he goes for it. He's just, yeah, he's probably the best player. Him and Frank Marks are probably the 2 best I've seen at this club. And yeah, I said Phil, but I didn't get to see much of an opportunity with Phil. But they're the 3 who definitely stand out, that's for sure.
What a great guy Brendan Evans is. Game 258 today. The games record holder at Morwell East. Part 2 of that interview is in the halftime show. Looking forward to that. Now today, umpire Don White on screen there. He's goal umpiring today, but he's been everything. Yep. 1,400 games today. Yeah, that number's correct. A stalwart of the association with almost half a century service to the panel. Don White will run game 1,400 today here at Morwell East. He's a life member of the Latrobe Valley Umpires Association. He has 35 grand finals in his 48 years with 3 senior field appointments in the 1990s. Off-field, Don was the member liaison officer for 7 years across 4 stints and did 3 years as junior vice president. Captured on the local news a few years back, I remember this vividly, Don got stretchered out at your lawn north for his 1200th match. Not sure if he has anything planned like that today in the way of theatrics. He just walked out today. Maybe he might be doing that in game 1500. Congratulations, Don. Have a great game. All from everyone here at Sports Stream Live. Don will be having a dinner at the Morwell RSL tonight for anyone wishing to join his celebration after the game. Ever played under him, Matt?
Yes, I spent a lot of time in the forward line when he was the goal umpire.
Oh.
So he would give us a few cheeky comments, but great fella, Don.
That's an enormous effort. 1,400 games is actually ridiculous when you think about it. That is a long time. Mark Stolk, the captain, has won the toss and he's going to kick Yinnar to the left of screen. Who goes to Chris Wangman first up, do you think?
Definitely Brendan Chapman. He'll start with him, I think. I think he's still probably one of the premier defenders in the competition, even in his late 30s.
Who wins and why?
Ooh, it's a tough one, but I think the system of Yinnar will break them down over 4 quarters, but it will not be easy at all.
Well, they did get him in round 6 earlier this year on May 18. Yinnar 12-10-82, more or less very inaccurate that day. 9-16-70. Grinstead Jones got 5 for Yinnar, and he's not playing today. Wangman was inaccurate and he kicked 4-6. Will they miss Grinstead Jones? Probably a silly question.
Yeah, big time. They'll miss Grinny a lot, but I still think they've got a lot of avenues to kick a winning score today.
The midfield, always the battle in the midfield. Looking forward to the ruck battle between Witchell of Yinnar and Abbas of the big fella of Morwell East. He's a giant.
They're both big boys. So
yes.
There's a lot of athleticism with Isaac, and with Witchell he'll crash and bash. So it'll be a great matchup.
And the bookends for Yinnar, the Robertson brothers, called them a few years ago out at Poowong. They've been a really good added bonus for the Yinnar side, centre forward, centre back.
They have. They're a spine player, and there's not many of them around, and you can build a team around those 2 players.
In our interview with Brendan Evans, he spoke glowingly and said was the best player he'd played with at Morwell East over 20 years was Brandon Francis. Probably line up across half forward, I would have thought, today for Morwell East.
Yep, he's sort of at the later stages of his career, but he was, in his early days, a great on-baller.
Looking forward to that, and they're in the middle, and you did tell me off air about the mullet and the mo of Chris Witchell for Yinnar, and it is superb.
It is. You can't go wrong with it. He plays the part beautifully.
So they are 2 big men, as you say, in the middle. This is going to be a super game, this one, and it's all thanks to our great friends at TTMI Case IH. Really looking forward to this. It's going to be an absolute ripper. Top versus third, and can Yinnar get it done again as they did in round 6 earlier this year? There's the siren to get underway, and it'll be Witchell and Abbas. Abbas probably broke even, I would say, in the end. More or less, though, they're going to get it out towards their half-back to go forward. Really good tackle by Tanner Higgins. Nathan Rowley. Up it goes again, and Abbas over the back wins that one. Yinnar go forward. Winchell backs up, goes low and hard, able to win that out. Was Hutchison. Umpire's paid a free kick. It'll go to that man, Brendan Evans. He goes short to Kiriakou. Grubby kick up the wing. Out comes Robertson. He overruns it. In fact, that was Tom Robertson. They go forward now, more or less. Out. That looks like your man. He is on him.
Yep, Chapman.
Chapman is playing on Wangman. He got that clearing kick, but it was quickly mopped up by Lucas Towns. He'll go short towards half forward. Finds a teammate, gets a 1-2 back from McKenzie. Towns goes high and long. It's a 1-on-3 though. Yinnar defended very strongly on Wangman. They get outside defensive 50. Abbas does well and collects that cleanly, but he's given it up in the hands of Bailey. Feeds it off. They're away now, Yinnar. They go out towards the half forward flank looking for Will Robinson. Gets onto his right, up towards 50. Just needs to collect. Gets the bouncing ball. The umpires let that go. Thought that might have been a free kick there, Matt.
Yeah, I thought it was, but the umpire said no.
I thought he was held without it, and I thought that might have been against Tony Nicholson. We'll get a boundary throw in. We've only gone nearly 2 minutes into this first quarter, yet to score both sides. Abbas, double-hander to the right. All wrapped up, or at least they'll go to the boundary, and it beats Kimberley over the line. We'll have a boundary throw in, same spot.
We can see Witchell, he's not pushing down into the forward 50, letting Will Robertson do the ruck against Isaac.
In it comes, and that is Robinson that wins the tap. Short, picked up quickly by Sheffers. It's Ben, goes towards the boundary. Now you're a big rap on him.
I am. He won the league medal last year. Well, both Cheffers, they're exceptional footballers. Yeah, but Luke Cheffers has had an outstanding season so far and probably end up in the Gippsland Power.
How old is he?
He's only 16.
Wow.
16, 17, yeah. He's still got one more year in the Gippsland Power system.
Bass grabs that out of the ruck and gets a hurry kick, but he goes to his opposing ruckman Winchell. He can't get it cleanly. It comes out from Higgins. Handball to the outer side and hurry kick at goal. And that was Famularo on the left foot. They'll go short. Morwell East bring the ball back into play. Find Nicholson. Got Evans short if he wants him. He goes to him. Towns leads up at him, sits it up high, but Towns takes the mark in front of Tom Robertson. Back to Evans, up the line. Finds McKenzie. He's looking for someone to run off the side of him. Towns does. So he draws the player on the mark, gives it to Towns. Really good block by Evans. Up the line to Abbas. Oh, thought he might have gone off his line. Umpire lets it go. Now he does go off his line. Umpire calls him to play on. Abbas inside 50. Gee, there's a lot of players of Yinnar around the forward zone for Morwell East. Probably not a great handball there by Jay Francis. Gone to ground and we'll get a restart.
As we can see with Morwell East, they're pushing right up into the pressure, the zone, so that makes it really hard for the Yinnar to get out of that defence.
Goes to ground. Brandon Francis, he's all wrapped up. Get a restart. I know we're going to get a free kick. No, he was trying to con the umpire. So we will get a ball up. Winchell wins that. There's a whistle off play here from the non-officiating umpire. It's going to go to the way of Yinnar.
Luke Cheffers.
Don't know what that was for. Must have been holding off outside the stoppage, I would have thought. So they're really triple teaming Wangman at the moment, aren't they, Yinnar?
It can work into Morwell East's favour, though. That really opens up the forward 50 for the other forwards.
They go to Anderson, who clears the kick. High ball towards the outer wing. Good strong mark by Linton. He'll go short. Has a running play on the outside. Geez, he took that cleanly, did Bajera. Hands it over to Famularo. He's quickly wrapped up. Umpire says high, and it will go to Yinnar.
Bit lucky there, you think, Brad?
I thought he might have been. I don't like it when umpires don't use their arm signals either, Matt. You don't know which way it's going.
Yes, that's
it's hard
right.
enough to know what they're going to pay anyway.
That's right.
Can he kick it?
A bit too far out for Seb.
Plays on, goes to the chalk. Sits low, gets out over the back. I'll tell you what, luck's a fortune that Morwell East had a player out the back.
Could have easily gone through.
And there's the first score of the day, the second actually. 2 behinds now at Yinnar. Gone nearly 6 minutes into this first quarter as Evans to Abbas. Oh, he drops an easy one. Then Winchell grabs him. He's able to shrug the tackle. Gives it back to Pickett, left foot up the line. Under the scoreboard outer side. They're going to come back this way. The target is Cunningham. He collects it on the second go, feeds it off. High ball in the middle. Kiriakou takes the mark. He's going to go wide to Evans. But no one near him, Brendan Evans.
Is that a few early?
Yeah, hasn't he? He goes short, looking for Towns. Just a bit of confusion there. It's going to come back out to Evans. No, it's not. Yinnar chopped this off. They're off. They're away through Schill. Goes inside, 50. Bouncing ball. Check side, open goal. Adam Bailey gets the first of the afternoon.
And we can see there with the turnover in the centre of the ground, if you don't hit that target, the opposition normally punish you for that, and it's exactly what happened with Adam Bailey kicking the goal.
There's a bit of confusion between Birchall and Towns out here on the wing, wasn't there?
There was.
Who was going to go for it, but gee, good footy.
You've got to go for the forward, don't you?
Yeah. So they go on to 1-2-8, Yinnar. They lead Morwell East yet to score. We've gone 7 minutes into the first quarter, thanks to TTMI Case IH. Is there a wind going down that end, do you think? Is it light?
Very light. I don't think it would make much of a difference.
Another 50-50 in the middle between the two big fellas. Toe poked again, twice for Yinnar. They get it outside the centre square. They're around that half forward. Nearly tripping over his own feet then was Renwick. He wears the tackle, goes out over the line. That was a good tackle from Birchall. With the boundary throw in. 55 around from the Yinnar goal. They lead by 8 points. Winchell and Abbas. Winchell taps it around the back. The umpire's paid a free kick this to Abbas. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Thought that was okay. Abbas, nice balanced kick for a big boy. Up towards the wing. Towns has it punched from Robertson. That's Tom from behind and finds the boundary line. He'll do that all day.
It's a luxury to have Tom Robertson and Brendan Chapman in the back line for sure.
So right now they're cutting the supply off to Wangman. Yinnar, in it comes. Gets out. Oh, beautiful tap from Abbas to Kimberley. Then he feeds it off. The umpire's paid a free kick. Incorrect disposal. So Yinnar, centre wing position. They go to the goal kicker in Bailey. Half forward, goes inside, gets out over the back. They'll go to Evans again. Goes back. Gets the boundary line. Probably a good thing for Morwell East right there, Matt.
Yeah, that's the yes and no, but that's the pressure that Yinnar bring. They always push and push and push, and they'll be stoked to have another boundary throw in and set up in their forward 50.
So it'll be the other Robinson here that'll... No, it won't. Oh, yes, it is. Will. Abbas holds the front spot. Gets the tap. Goes to Semler. He's wrapped up. And we'll get a restart.
I've set up really well behind the ball here, Brad.
Yeah, very hard to get out of that.
Yeah, they've got a +1.
That's Vandermeer. Comes forward. Evans again. He's had a lot of it. He goes towards the boundary line. He's pushed over by Famularo. Get a boundary throw in, same spot. So that means there's got to be one loose for Morwell East. It looks like it's towards the Yinnar goal square at the moment.
Yes, looks like Cunningham in front of Hatton.
Going to ground. There was Birchall. He's wrapped up. Bounced down inside 50 for Yinnar. 10 minutes gone. First quarter, 8-point leaders, the Magpies. Abbas wins that again. Goes outside the 50, going low for Morwell East was Francis. Feeds it off. He didn't get his foot to that, Birchall. The free kick will go to Yinnar. It'll be taken by Schill. So Schill looks for Will Robinson. High ball!
Great mark.
What a strong grab.
That's the pressure, Brad, that they've had those repeat entries coming in with the boundary throw-ins, and it puts a lot of pressure on the Morwell East to get it out, and they've turned it over. They've kicked it back in, and a great grab by Will Robertson.
It was strong, wasn't it? He had players all over him.
Normally a very good kick, so I've jinxed him now, so...
It'll be interesting. 35 out directly in front. I don't think it'll be a problem for him. And he set that right, and he's missed. He did. Every time you say it.
Yep.
He didn't kick through it, did he?
Nah, he stabbed at it.
So 1-3. I just think it's going to be that close today. You want to make them count.
Yep.
The Hawks come back in. Outside 50, high ball, looking for a Bass. Thought that was a good punch by Bailey. He's paid the free kick to a Bass, though. And he'll take that. He's been looking very lively early, the big fella.
Yeah, he's a very dangerous player.
So Isaac Abbas just sits it up the line for Towns. who's from behind, but in the end hit Tactor at the front and the ball goes out over the boundary line. Very balanced kick, Isaac Abbas.
Yeah, for a big fella,
Yes.
kicks very nice.
So it'll be Winchell again. Abbas drops back with Tactor. Fed out. Yinnar will go through Linton towards centre half. Forward, used the body well. Did Bajar. Goes forward, comes off the hands of Patton. Oh, not a great left foot kick by Field. Robinson, gang tackle. They feed it out. Evans is there. Umpire's pulled a free kick. It'll go to Evans. He's had a lot of it, Matt.
He has. He would have had 10 touches early.
Goes up the line, finds Kimberley, who you were also reps for off air before the game.
He probably played one of the best first quarters or first halves last time Yinnar played Morwell East. Absolutely sensational first half.
Goes up the line, good strong mark to Tactor. He wants centre half forward. Oh, good mark. That's the other Robertson.
Yeah.
If Will don't get you, Tom does. And if
Yep.
Tom doesn't, this bloke will. Tom goes to the brother at centre half forward. They've done that a few times.
Yep.
Quickly plays on inside 50. Bouncing ball. Umpire's played a free kick and Luke Sheffers was away.
He was going in for a goal.
So, inside defensive half, more or less. 13 gone. They trail by 9 points. It's been played predominantly in Yinnar's front half. And they go up the outer side. They'll come back, though, through Vandermeer. Umpire
Off the ball here.
again, and non-officiating umpires. They're reversing this.
Didn't see that either.
Don't know what happened there,
No.
but the free kick's gone to Higgins. He goes short. Outer side of the ground, more east now, up towards Abbas. Why wouldn't you go to him? High, quickly plays on, wheels around, goes forward, looks for Wangman, overruns it. Robinson comes in. He's going to get it again. This time, oh, beautiful sidestep. Then clears defence. What a great bit of play, and finds his teammate in Hutchison.
They could be out here.
Just need to come back through Winchell now in the middle. He's quickly tackled. Good tackle and the free kick. Another unnamed player goes forward towards half forward. Evans is scouting out the back, then backs back. Might have been in the back there. And the free kick will go to Schill. Quickly gives it to Robertson. He was chased down and given a bit of a hit by Francis. Umpire's paid it downfield. It'll go to the other Robinson in Will. Goes in towards Patton, gets out over the back. Oh, just didn't get the bounce, did Ben Sheffers. He was away if he did get it. Again, Evans had a lot of it up the line. Umpire says Henderson has taken it out over the line.
Looks like Abbas has moved to the forward line. Bit of extra height for them.
Yeah, and he would need a spell too. He's
Yeah.
15 minutes non-stop. He's gone, hasn't he? He's been really good.
Big forward line now, though, with Towns, Abbas and Wangman.
Tactor wins it. Comes out. High kick from Renwick. Robinson pushes his opponent underneath it. And they take the mark. So they're still inside defensive 50, the Hawks. Doesn't know where he wants to go here, does Cunningham. He ends up going high out towards the boundary. He was looking for Tanner Higgins, and he gets the boundary line in the end.
This is the added pressure that Yinnar's been bringing so far in the game.
And it comes. Umpire's paid a free kick here. Gee, on some of these ruck free kicks, I'm really just confused as Tactor gets that one. Geez, he takes that at its highest point, Brandon Francis. You're a ruckman. You've played a lot in the ruck. Have you seen any of that?
I have, because I used to body a lot of players out myself. Yeah, every umpire's got their own sort of rule book for that.
There's Wangman's first touch, goes inside 50. Robertson's all wrapped up by a bass, and we'll have a bounce down. Inside, just inside Morley's 50, where it's been a rare entry this first 17 minutes of the first quarter. Oh, I reckon he's going to pay holding the ball there, and he has.
And Abbas's ran straight back. They've got to get it in quick, and they do.
Through Kimberley. High ball, but it favours the defender on this occasion, Dean Linton, for Yinnar. A lot of whistles going on out there as Linton goes short. Robertson outside 50, takes a bounce. He's going to go towards the brother. No, Bailey's there, gets out over the back, uses the body well, has a player on the outside, and Vandermeer gives it to him, lowers his eyes and hits up Patton. Good footy.
Basic, but really well. Really good footy.
Thought it was really good use of the body of Bailey, and then won it and was able to feed it off to the running Vandermeer, and a beautiful kick.
It's all starting with the one bloke in the back line, Tom Robertson.
Yeah.
Started off brilliantly.
Patton. And he comes for his first of the day.
Likes it,
That's a
likes
beautiful kick. And Stuart Patton has his first of the day. Takes Yinnar on to 2-3, 15 more yet to score. 18 minutes gone in the first quarter. That's on your TTMI Case IH scoreboard. So Abbas comes back in the middle now. Matt?
Yeah. It's up against another string bean in Luke Linton. He'll just want to break even against Isaac and let the on-ballers do their work. Actually, I don't think Isaac's actually going into the ruck. That's an interesting concept.
Yeah. He's going to take the duty. And
just shows how flexible he is.
Yes, and mobile.
Yeah.
It becomes a ruck rover as Bailey gives out a beautiful handball to Sheffers. That's Luke. Bouncing ball. Evans can't win it. Comes out now. He's been lively in the first quarter. Shill feeds it off to Linton. Goes inside. All wrapped up. Was Mills. Thought it might have been high. Clancy Mills. Linton and Tactor. Tactor wins it. Just a bobble ball. No one really can take that cleanly. Kiriakou does in the end. High ball. It's going to come back, though, through Hutchison. He gives it off to Luke Sheffers. Lowers his eyes. Is that Patton again?
Rowley.
Rowley.
Yes.
So Nathan Rowley.
Seems confident, but I think he might be dreaming a little bit there, Brad. Doesn't have the greatest hammies going around, so... But I hope he proves me wrong.
He's going to have to kick it from 50, isn't he? Right on 50.
If he kicks at 50 and just drops short, they've got Isaac just sitting there waiting to crumb up.
So in comes Nathan Rowley, close to the man on the mark, and he sat that right. And has he got a score? They're both conferring boundary and goal says snuck in. So nearly into time on now. 2-5-17 Yinnar. They lead more or less yet to score. Again, they go to Evans a lot on that short kick, don't they? And then they look for the next short, and they...
He's a beautiful ball user.
He is. And there it is. And they just use it well to get out of there to pick it. Goes to the left foot. Goes back towards... Oh, that's terrible. Bouncing ball, Lux of Fortune. They have a player short in Cunningham. You've got to go to Abbas, and he does. And Abbas takes the mark. Off he goes. Low kick, not a good one, though.
Turnover.
Vandermeer's been lively in the first quarter. He chops it off out of wing. Again, high ball on the flank. Famularo liked his start of the game. High left foot. It's all more or less, though. Couldn't take the mark. Comes off the hands. They feed it out. Quickly tackled was Mills. He handballs out over the back. All wrapped
Sets
up.
the pressure, Brad.
Yeah, very
That's the
good pressure, isn't it? They just aren't getting a free run at it.
Nah, all under pressure.
So Linton wins that, goes forward. Luke Sheffers squares it up towards the goal square. Again, we'll get another stoppage. It's only 20 metres out here from the Yinnar goal. They lead by 16 points, 21.5 gone first quarter. Robinson, beautiful tap. What a goal, Luke Sheffers.
Touch there, Brad.
Was it?
Yeah, touch. Ooh. Would have been a ripping goal, though.
Was. It's something you don't want if you're more or less right on quarter time. They've got to hold on. They've got to hold on more, Leaks. They've missed a few. 2-5 could quite easily have been 5-2.
Yep.
Going at the outer side to Mackenzie. Mackenzie waiting for some movement. So he just sits it high. Umpire's paid a free kick. It's going to go to Semler. Or is it going to Abbas? No, it's Semler. And that was against Clancy Mills. Holding. So Semler goes short into the middle.
Oh.
Beautifully chopped off by Famularo. Onto that left foot. Floater though, inside 50. Bouncing ball. Lucks a fortune. Ends up in the hands of Shell. Right foot snap. Needs a good bounce. Doesn't get it. 18-point leaders.
Well, they should be trying to shut down the quarter. Red time.
And they come. Go outside 50 to Towns. He's really presented in this first quarter up around that. But it's the next area. They go short to Kimberley. Again short. They push back Yinnar, then able to defend. Oh, I don't know if he got his hand to that Birchall. Umpire's let it go. Abbas gives it back to Kimberley on the left foot. Goes inside, just outside 50 now, but again well defended Yinnar. It's all more or less back there, and this is Cunningham that gets the bouncing ball. Take it outside defensive 50 now. Out of wing. They're going to run. 23.5 gone. They need to score. Umpire's paid a free kick. He's paid a trip here. Go to Yinnar. So they're inside defensive 50. They'll just milk the clock down now, just control the footy. There's no hurry for the Magpies as they lead by 18 points. And they've kept Morwell goalless. Goes to the outer wing. It's going to go out over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in centre wing position outer side.
When was the last time a team on top of the ladder went goalless, scoreless?
Yes.
Be a while.
Yeah, and conditions are perfect.
Yeah, beautiful day.
They've just defended brilliantly this first quarter. The Magpies, they go up towards half forward. Rowley comes out to meet it. The siren beats him. Quarter time, Yinnar, 2-6-18, lead Morwell East. No score. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. And Matt Mosley will wrap up the quarter for us. We'll go through some goal kickers, better players, and we'll have the second quarter on the return. Welcome back to the Morwell East Rec Reserve. We're at quarter time. Yinnar 2-6-18 lead Morwell East yet to score around the grounds. Fish Creek 4-3-27 lead Ballara 1-2-8. Mubu North 3-1-19 to Hill End 1-6-12. Tarwin and Stony Creek, we haven't got a score on that one. This one's a bit of a surprise, I would have thought. Tura 3-3-21 over at Thorpedale 1-1-7, Matt.
Can they keep it up for 4 quarters is the thing for Tura.
That's right. I was always of the belief that's a hard ground to win at Thorpedale.
It is. It is. It's most teams have that home ground advantage, but coming across from Tura, it's a bit of a challenge.
All right, goal kickers. You got some goal kickers for the first quarter here.
I do. I've got Adam Bailey with one and Stu Patton with the other.
And obviously, more or least, haven't got any as yet. How have you seen it? Who are your better players for Yinnar right now?
Clearly, Tom Robinson's best on ground. I think Blake Vandermeer got a bit of it early. They're just, as a team, they're setting up so well behind the play and the pressure. That's what they pride on.
What do more or least have to change? Is there another avenue that they need to look at going forward?
I think they're a bit slow going forward. If you get over centre half of the ground, and you've got to turn and go and give Wangman a chance. At the moment, being a bit slow, Tom Robinson's pushing back on Chapman, and Wangman's finding it really difficult.
Yinnar seem to really like to come back through that corridor, don't they? They go out wide and come back through, and that's the avenue into their 50.
It is. It can turn on you if it doesn't work out, but if it works, you're out. You can score heavily.
Yeah, if you turn it over, you can be rebounded on pretty quick. But right now in that first quarter, they haven't turned it over too many times. The one thing that I'm not worried, but the one thing that could be a little bit concerning, they're 2-6. Could they have put the game just about beyond the opposition if it's 6-2 to nothing at quarter time, I ask?
Well, I think so, because Morwell East are on top of the ladder and they're on top for a reason. They're going to come out firing in this second quarter. You can't think they're not going to give a good yelp. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'll get you to see if you see anything in the way of moves early in this quarter that stand out.
Still looks pretty similar for Morwell East, and I'll definitely consider swapping Lucas Towns to centre half back, though. Just with the amount of play that's going down into the Yinnar forward line at the moment, because he will chop it off all day. He's been a good player for a long time.
Have you seen the ruck duel between Abbas and... Well, Witchell hasn't been in that area a lot. He started there, but they tended to go through a couple of others, didn't they, in the end?
They did. Isaac's a different player, as we've seen. We thought he was going in the ruck, and he was just in the centre ball ups around the ground and not actually rucking. So it just shows how much of an athlete he is, and Witchell needs to come off for a spell.
Yes, so it'll be interesting. They need to get back now at least level pegging here.
I expect them to come out firing more or less this quarter.
Yeah, as you said, they're a top side for a reason.
Yep.
So don't forget, we'll have around the grounds throughout the day, and also some of the club sponsors. It's a big day, Sponsors Day on here at Morwell East, and their sponsors, of course, Gippsland Dentures, Hip Pocket Workwear, Morwell Bowling Club, Italian Australian Sporting Club, O&M, Latrobe Magnesium, the Top Pub, and if you want your rubbish picked up, Veolia. Always a hard... I don't reckon they've blown that hooter enough. As Abbas gives it a big punch forward, bouncing ball, toe poked off the ground from Morwell East there by Kiriakou. Fed out the back. Still a chance here through Higgins. Feeds it off, gives it to Francis. Lowers his eyes, goes out wide. Bouncing ball. Not good for Kiriakou, and the boundary line beats him.
We noticed straight away. I was just saying how it's slow. Straight away, Isaac's punching it forward. Get it moving at all costs.
And it'll be Abbas with Witchell again. Boundary throw in. He just led him under the ball and gets the back spot. Handballs it off to Kimberley. He has his kick smothered. Umpire's pulled a free kick. It's high. It's going to go to Morwell East. And it's going to be Tanner Higgins. He's out of his range there, and he's looking to hit off, so he goes wide. So they have the ball on that. I don't know if that was a good move, really. He's in a worse spot. Same distance, high balling towards the goal square. Robertson just does well and comes across Wangman. Towns, snap at goal. Misses to the right, gets their first score of the day, though.
They're on the board.
They're on the board, and that's all you want. They trail by 17 points a minute into this second quarter. And it will be Robinson that'll bring the ball back into play. That's Tom. Oh, that's rare.
Very, very rare, Brad. Very.
Do not see that from him. He's a beautiful kicker, the football, but I reckon he just got his foot.
Yeah, I think he was just stuck in two minds. Yeah.
So,
might be the break Morwell East need, though.
yes, Jake Birchall will send it back in. It's a 2-on-1 on Wangman again. Gets his left hand to it. Robertson backs back, feeds it back. Jeez, I reckon he was all
he's
wrapped up.
gone.
Chapman
Yep.
comes out. Hurry kick a goal by Kimberley, and he misses. I thought he was very lucky there.
I think Chapman gave up there. I think he knew.
So, Tom Robinson again. Let's see if he makes a better meal of this one. I'm sure he will. Beautiful kick. Outside defensive 50, looking for Witchell. Oh, but a bass. Geez, he did well there. Quickly plays on. Long ball,
he's
high ball
himself.
to Wangman. He's got the set and he's got the mark. You can't beat that. Good football, Matt.
Yeah, beautiful footy. It's exactly what Morwell East needed to start the second quarter. And it started with a bass in the middle, getting that ball forward.
So that's the potion, isn't it? It's get it in long and quick in a one-on-one. Don't let 2 and 3 defenders come back on Wangman.
Yeah, and that's what Yinnar's done. Yeah. Normally a pretty good kick.
He's got 62.
Yep.
This will be his 63rd. I think he'll have a problem with it, and he hasn't.
Likes it.
So he gets his first and the team's first, probably more importantly. They go into 1-2-8. 3 minutes gone, second quarter. They trail Yinnar 2-6-18. That's on your TTMI Case IH scoreboard. So this is what they needed. So it's game on again.
You wouldn't know it after the first quarter.
No.
The dominance of Yinnar.
I'd be guessing, but I'm saying 80% to even 85%.
Yeah.
That first quarter's played in the front half of Yinnar. Abbas gets up high, gets the tap forward, but it's sharked by Henderson. But they're going to come out through. He's playing well now, is Kimberley on the left foot. Goes up, and here he is again, Abbas. But Bailey does well. And he gets a high ball up the wing. Evans gets the punch to it. Hurry kick forward, though, by Ben Sheffers. Robertson, that's Will, has his handball chopped off. And then that's turned over again. Been good has Schill.
Great kick.
It is a great kick and finds that man Patton. Not a great kick. Oh, sharp beautifully.
Oh, he's going to get the
Fed over
bounce.
the top. Misses to the. He's going to miss everything in the end, and it's going to stay in. So that was Bajera that had that kick. It stayed in. They're away through the agency of Higgins. Goes up towards the wing. High ball.
Good grab.
That is a very good mark. Under a bit of pressure too, McKenzie. Has a bass to go to. Needs to get it up over. He does.
He's starting to turn the game.
He is, isn't he? Just motors everywhere. Yep. Inside 50 to the one-on-one again. Just nudged Wangman enough under the ball. Go out towards half back, but holding the front spot is Brandon Francis. Now, he had Wangman on the lead, and they've dropped back on him now, so he has to wait for something to open up. Oh, he'd want to kick it now. Brandon Francis goes to 50. High ball inside the goal square.
Oh.
Gee, that shouldn't have happened.
The defence will be really disappointed with that, Brad.
It's going to be the unnamed player too. 44 for Morwell East. They had changed numbers, a couple of these guys. And 44 and 33 we weren't given.
Still a tough kick.
It is. He is a left footer from what I've seen in the warm-up. So he goes, no, he's right footed. Gone the check side, and he's got it. So we'll put that down to 44. We will hopefully
get his name.
Get a name by quarter time. And I did say off air in the pre-game when there are a couple running around in numbers that we weren't given, that these guys will dominate. Well, 33 is the designated kicker up back. He's had a heap of it because they've kicked 6 points, Yinnar, and 44 gets his first for the day. So hopefully by half-time we'll get those names for you.
Be interesting this centre bounce, Brad. They've won the first 2. Do they lock on? Do you lock on? Or do you go with what you know?
Yeah, maybe for me, a bit early to lock on. 2-6-18, Yinnar, more or less 2-2-14, 6.5 gone on your TTMI Case IH scoreboard. But Abbas is certainly starting to cause some big problems for Yinnar now.
Definitely headaches.
He gets the leap and the tap again out to Kimberley. He's another one that's getting a lot of it in this quarter. He's met heavily by Ben Sheffers. It's going to be downfield. They'll quickly go inboard. They want the one-on-one. Coming across was Linton, gives a good punch. Ends up, he's missed it. He's hit the wrong side of the ball and went the check side and missed to the left.
It's the movement. They're moving the ball that much faster.
Yes.
Something that they couldn't do in the first quarter.
It was McKenzie who had that flying shot. Robertson, nice kick. McKenzie takes that mark in front of Bailey.
Repeat entries.
He's going to go short to Towns, is it?
No.
Yep. Gets his hands to it. Ends up in the hands of Brandon Francis. His handball's chopped off. All wrapped up his Mills. They feed it out through Sheffers is there, not paid. And then umpire's paid a free kick here.
Didn't see it, did you?
No, it's going to go to Rowley. Quickly feeds it off. They're away through Chapman. On the left foot, out of side. Linton. It's Luke Linton.
It's a wobble up.
It's a mongrel. Bouncing ball's going to favour Robertson, though. It's Will. Goes short. Like this boy's game early. Luke Sheffers, been good. Takes the mark inside 50.
Bit far for the young fella.
Had the brother running past and didn't give it to him.
He wasn't going to give it to him either.
So, geez, he's going to take a great kick, this one, but he's confident. Gonna have to kick
Yet
that.
again, they've got Isaac just sitting there waiting. So.
Yeah, he's going to have to kick that 60 to clear.
Yeah.
He's gone half that distance and it's gone wide. Robertson can't take the mark, or has he? He's paid a free kick.
No, he's got it, I think.
He paid the mark,
Yep.
did he? Okay.
I mozzed him last time, so I'm not going to say anything this time.
So, Will Robinson. Do you watch Star Trek?
I don't.
Is that Will Robinson, Star Trek, was it?
I don't know.
Lost in Space, it was. Will Robinson. Danger, that's the one. So, he's only about 20 metres out. Slight angle. And that looks good from here.
Yeah, he
likes it. And Yinnar has a settler.
They needed it.
They did. And Will Robinson has his first. They go on to 3-6-24 Yinnar, more or less 2-3-15. 9 minutes gone second quarter. That's on your TTMI Case IH scoreboard. Wow.
Feel like it's changed a little bit.
It's going to be one of those
It's going
games.
backwards and forwards, isn't it?
It's just going to be that swing of momentum, how long you get the momentum for and how much you use that momentum, I suppose. That's the interesting thing. But I'm intrigued in this midfield battle between the ruckman and Kimberley on the outside as well. Francis is there, fed out. He goes in nice and hard again, Brandon Francis. Umpire's paid him a free kick here.
Dangerous tackle.
Was it? Yep.
Yeah, dumped him.
So Abbas tells him to go long. He does that. High ball. Don't know if it favoured his teammate though. Wangman's there. Going low and hard was Chapman. We'll get a restart inside their goal. 50. So 9-point leaders, Yinnar. 10 minutes gone. Second quarter. Linton. Hurried handball. Jeez, nice big dive there from Rowley. Free kick goes to Morwell East through Kiriakou. High ball. Oh, coming in from the side. Robinson mops up again. He's taken into the goalpost. The umpire. Oh, he's paid a free, has he? He's paid holding the ball.
I think he took it too easy. He could have just run it over.
Tanner Higgins. I thought he was ridden into the goalpost.
He was.
And he had nowhere to go. So, but it looks like the free kick's going to go to Tanner Higgins. He squared himself up straight in front.
As you do.
As you do.
Yeah.
And the goal umpire, the field umpire is having nothing to do with it. They don't know what's going on here. But Higgins will be the recipient of the free kick. And he's putting him on the boundary.
He's very on the boundary there.
So it's not going to be an easy kick. The trail by 9. They now trail by 3. And Higgins gets their third for the quarter. 3-3-21 Morwell East. Yinnar 3-6-24, 11 and a half gone. Second quarter on your TTMI Case IH scoreboard. What do you think? Do you think he had time to get rid of that, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Fish Creek 30, Ballara 14, Murbu North 22, Hill End 12, Tarwin 9, Stony Creek 23, and Thorpedale coming back 15, Tura 22. And of course, don't forget the buys, Foster, MDU and Newborough all have their feet up watching this today as Abbas wins the tap. Linton gets a punch on it. Luke Sheffers goes up towards centre half forward. Bouncing ball. Ooh, coming through nice and hard there was Pickett.
Great tackle.
Yeah, it was. Free kick to Clancy Mills, incorrect disposal. Mills quickly plays on. That's a beautiful kick. Didn't have to break stride, Will
Silver
Robinson.
service. Silver service.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is he always like that by foot?
He's a great kick,
Mills?
Clancy. For a thirds player, plays a lot more mature for
Yep.
his age.
Was beautiful by foot, and that's how the forwards want it. Not breaking stride. It's going to take a good kick.
He's got the distance.
He has.
Oh, I've mozzed him again.
Yeah, just set that right. I thought he set it up and just float it. So, players all around this, and umpire's got no other option than to ball it up as Kimberley is tackled. So, 20 around from the Yinnar goal. Bouncing ball, they just keep it in, but again, Hutchison, he's tackled. Ball goes to ground, laying over it. No free kick. Like a bounce down inside 50. Sheffers. It's all more released back there, and it'll be Towns to mop that up.
And he'll do that all day.
Goes across. They might have... is that Kimberley again? He's everywhere, Kimberley. Now he'll run straight up the middle here, Kimberley, and try to get another disposal off this area. Flying for that was McKenzie, couldn't take the mark. Ball goes to ground. Or was it? No, in fact, that was Semler. I am getting those two mixed up, Semler and Kimberley. That was Semler. Big Winchell wins the tap. Comes out. Sheffers, hurry kick towards half forward. Bouncing ball ends up in the hands of Blair. He's quickly tackled.
Oh, he's slinging.
Paid the sling tackle.
Yeah.
So Blair from All East will take the free kick onto the left foot. Up towards a Bass. Chopped off. Pay the advantage. Linton now takes him away. Goes up towards half forward for Yinnar. Ben Sheffers takes the mark. Has a player short. Not a great kick. Bounce doesn't favour his teammate in Bajera anyway, and Towns brings it away for Morwell East. Bouncing ball. Kimberley goes low. He's got 2 to beat here. Sheffers lays the tackle, and Brandon Francis comes in and drags him off. Another bounce down, centre wing position. Sports Stream Live broadcast side of the ground. Winchell wins that tap.
Winchell really needs to get busy while Bass is out of the ruck. Really got to start giving the boys first use.
Good call. Tackled won that one. Ben Sheffers, double tackle there. Again, Kimberley's one of them. In it comes Witchell, that's a big throw in. He had to back. He's paid a free kick.
Yeah, I think he touched the footy before it hit the ground.
Fair call. So it'll go 2 more release and it'll be Lachlan Tactor. That'll take the free kick up towards half forward. Is it coming back, is it? Yep.
He's got to get on his line.
So Tactor up towards half forward. Comes off the hands of the pack. Robinson. Handball comes out wide and looks a fortune that landed in the captain's hands, Stoke. I didn't think it was meant for him. Now it ends up in the hands of Renwick.
Oh.
Not a great kick,
No.
just a grubber along the ground. Goes in after it again. They come in on him. They are able to get it out the back, though, to Luke Sheffers. Feeds it off wide. Coming back, I reckon that's Bajera. Goes in towards Bailey. Chopped off by Nicholson. Went to Towns and he's all wrapped up. And that was by Renwick. We'll have a bounce down centre wing position out of side. 17 gone. Second quarter, 3-point lead to Yinnar. Witchell, big tap. Nicholson's there to shark it though. Then it's intercepted. Goes forward. Robertson comes out and meets it. Goes towards centre half forward. Just needs the bounce and gets it and runs away with it. And Luke Sheffers has a shot at goal and kicks it. Great goal. And Robinson did well, didn't he, by squaring that up.
That's exactly what you want. That's exactly what you want.
So Luke Sheffers gets his first and takes Yinnar on to 4-6-30. They lead by 9 points now. More or less 3-3-21. Nearly 18 minutes gone, second quarter on the TTMI Case IH scoreboard.
And that's what Yinnar needed with Isaac Bass out. They needed to get that settler again and just get on top of that ruck for that couple of minutes, knowing he's going to come back.
Yes, and he is coming back right now.
But he's not in the ruck.
No, it's
interesting.
It is. So they keep Tactor there and use the much taller Abbas as another midfielder. We know what he's like at ground level. He's very good at that too. And they're blocking him out of this.
And he still gets it.
Yeah, he's just... It's a good move, I think. I think it's working for them right now. So, in that area. So, it comes back out. Oh, high tackle there. And that was against Dean Linton. Free kick to Morwell East, right in front of their coach's box. And square it up to Evans. Centre wing position. He'll wheel around to the right here. He does. Then he comes back, then drops the ball. He's put himself under enormous pressure here. He's fumbled it again.
He knows it.
I'll be looking at getting a bit of the old sticky grip. Trickles out over the line. We'll have a boundary throw in. Right in front of the Sports Stream Live commentary box. In it comes. Witchell from behind, but Tactor wins it with a double tap. Kiriakou holds the front spot, goes in after it again. Kicked off the ground there by Linton. It's going to be mopped up. Comes out to Evans. Went too quick towards the boundary and took himself out nearly. Abbas does well to Nicholson. He rides the tackle, does well to Tactor. They're away. Abbas again. Good composure. Goes out into the middle of the ground, finds McKenzie.
This is the next kick. They've got to get it moving.
McKenzie. Oh, not a good kick. Favoured Yinnar, but Blair wins it. Onto the left foot. Look, great kick. That's what you need. Superb kick.
Fast ball movement gives the forwards every opportunity to get it. Puts an enormous pressure on the defenders, and they really can't do anything about it.
Yep. And Wangman 30 out directly in front is not what you want if you're not.
No.
Very good kick, Jacob Blair. So Wangman from 35, directly in front. There's a chance that he's second for the day.
He likes it.
Goes to 64.
He hasn't done much, Wangman, but as a forward, he only needs 2 kicks. He's kicked 2 goals.
Yeah. And that happens a lot too, doesn't it? You go to at the end of the day and you say, I didn't really notice this bloke, but geez, he's got 5 or 6.
Yeah. Yep.
He seems that tight, more or less 4-3-27. They now only trail by 3 points. Yinnar 4-6-30. 21 minutes gone, second quarter in your TTMI Case IH scoreboard. Don't forget, part 2 of the Brendan Evans interview is at half time. I'm the game's record holder for Morwell East. Had a great chat with him during the week. Seen part 1 in the pre-game, part 2 coming up at half time. Ball back in the middle. Tactor wins that. Thrown out to Abbas, feeds it out over the top to Kimberley. He's quickly wrapped up by Linton. The umpire says we'll start it again. Linton takes it out. Then he's tackled. Comes forward. Quick kick forward there by Schill. High ball.
Great
Beautifully roved at the front by Henderson. Goes high towards Patton. Just needs a bounce. It runs towards the boundary line and beats him out over. Geez, that was beautiful roving by Jared Henderson, wasn't it?
Just perfect timing.
So boundary throw in.
Deep into the quarter.
Nearly 22 minutes gone. 3-point lead is Yinnar. So it's back on even keel, this game. Abbas holds the front spot, gets a tap forward. High ball, Pickett from Morwell East. Gets one hand to it, can't take the mark, and they go to ground, and they're all over him. Famularo's in there, and the ball trickles out over the boundary line again. 45 metres around from the Yinnar goal. A lot of players around this. Just trying to close out the quarter. Robinson wins that tap. Umpire's non-officiating again. That's happened a few times today. And it'll go Morwell East's way. They're quickly away too. High ball up towards half forward. Plays Blair again on the left foot. This kick's not as good as the earlier one. And they're away, Yinnar. They'll get up towards Robertson at centre half forward. Ignores Sheffers on the outside, and then he had Vandermeer on the inside. Ends up going to Linton. Kicks wide. Here he is again, the young fella, Clancy Mills. Short. Abbas is there, though. Gets the fist on it. Goes towards the boundary and then meets Mills heavily, and the ball trickles out again.
He's been everywhere.
Hasn't he?
He's everywhere. He's down back, down forward, playing ruck, rover, playing ruck.
Backhander from Morwell East will go and hurry kick towards the boundary. Does it stay in? No, it's out of bounds on the full. So Yinnar at the 23.5 minute mark. Still have a chance here to Mills. He's about 60 out from goal. So he's going to lay this off. Quickly plays on. High ball towards the goal square. Patton's at the back, but there he is again.
He's absolutely everywhere.
Isaac Bass is just, he's brought his own footy, hasn't he?
He has. Best player on the ground at the moment.
Yeah, and gets to the right spots all the time. So they go short, field. Now, high ball. Oh,
off
Blair, yeah. He just hit Vandermeer off it. It was a bit of a block, and he's asking the question why, but you can't do it. Vandermeer takes a free kick. Centre wing position, Sportstream live broadcast, side of the ground. Inside 50. Here he comes across at the back. Can't take it this time. Ends up in the hands of Ben Sheffers. He receives it from Luke. And Patton takes the mark, right forward pocket. Looks to quickly go on. And I reckon,
deep into the quarter, you got to take it.
I agree. There's nothing worse than you lay that off and the siren goes and the ball's in midair. So Stuart Patton got one in the first quarter. It's about 25 out. He's still looking to give this off. In he comes, and he's missed to the right. And another behind. 4-point game here at the Morwell East Rec Reserve. Lucas Towns will bring the ball back into play for the Hawks. I go towards Abbas for very good reason. Just nudged his opponent out under it. Hurry kick up the wing. It's going to go against Robinson for holding. Abbas will take the advantage. Goes in towards Wangman. Just used the body beautifully. He's on the left foot. I reckon he needs a good bounce here, but he's not going to get it. Stayed true to the bounce and the ball. Just good use of the body, wasn't it?
Ah, magnificent.
Back to 3 points, which has been the difference most of this quarter now. High ball. Stoke outside 50. Abbas gets his hands to it. Sheffers is up to the task though and gets the crumb. He's gang tackled. Get a restart just inside 50 for Morwell East. 26 and a half gone. They trail by 3 points.
Great tap.
Linton. Coming through was Higgins. Tackled. Incorrect disposal. Love this guy's game. Flynn Shield.
Another under 18s player.
I reckon he's been great this first half. High ball towards Robinson. Linton got his hands to at the front. Evans, toe pokes it off the ground. Blair just trying to get the bounce. And it's half time here at Morwell East Rec Reserve. Morwell East 4-4-28. They trail Yinnar 4-7-31 at half time here. We'll take a quick break. When we come back from that quick break, we'll go through the goal kickers quickly, and then we've got the second part when we come back of the wonderful interview with the games record holder here at Morwell East, Brendan Evans. Welcome back to the Morwell Rec Reserve. We're at half-time. Yinnar 4-7-31. Lead Morwell East 4-4-28. They led by 18 points at quarter time, Yinnar, and they now lead by 3. And you have some goal kickers for us, Matt.
I do. We've got number 44. We haven't figured out his name yet. No. He's got 1. We've got Chris Wangman for 2. And we've got Tanner Higgins for 1. Adam Bailey's got 1. Stuart Patton's got 1. Have you got any more there?
Luke Sheffers.
And
Will Robinson.
Yeah, 1 each.
They're each of the 4. Now, we played part 1 in the pre-game of the interview with Brendan Evans where we caught up with him during the week. Here's part 2. Over 20 years, Brendan, I would say probably towards the latter part of your career. Have you spent much time in one of these?
These days, yeah, a bit more. Look, through probably the start and middle of my career, not a great deal, to be honest. I always tended to be one of the fitter players at the club. Well, that's what I think anyway. Definitely my running capacity has always been part of my football, so I probably haven't needed to really go to the bench a great deal. I've spent most of my career probably on the ground, but now that, obviously I'm getting a bit older, hitting mid-30s, I'm definitely getting a few more rests, which is nice.
Well, I have heard And I have it on good authority that your pace has been probably a major attribute with use of the footy as well. The rotations weren't around anywhere near as much as when you started as what they are now. No. Do you try to get a bit of a rotation being older now or not worry about it?
No, we do. It's probably only been implemented, I feel, probably the last 3 or 4 years, definitely, where there is more of a rotation-based system. So we do have spares on the bench, and we do rotate through the defenders onto the bench and rotate into different positions even. Whereas, probably at the start of my career, I feel like you'd only be handful of changes a game. You'd kind of just be in the one spot and that would be it for the day. And even the bench, you'd be sitting, if you were on the bench, you'd be sitting there for a fair while, whereas now you're 3-4 minutes tops on the bench and then you're onto the ground. But that seems to be the case with AFL, and it seems to have rolled down into local football by the looks of it.
We know that at the top level that the game has become so much more professional. In your time, when you started, was it the late nights on a Thursday night that a lot of players had as compared to now? They tend to go home a bit early. Is it that professionalism really carried over into the local footy?
Yeah, look, I think so to a certain extent. I do remember back in, when I first started senior football, you'd have the poker table out on a Thursday night and even Saturday night till, past midnight sometimes. Be sitting there having a few beers and playing poker, that's for sure. And look, it's still Thursday night, people still go upstairs, they'll have their dinner, they'll have a few beers, but generally as soon as teams are read out now, people are going home. But I don't know if that's just a case of, players are getting a bit older, they've got families to go back to, or 6 a.m, 5 a.m. starts in work the next morning or anything like that. But definitely there's been a bit of a change in that terms of culture in the football club, that's for sure.
Is there one game of your senior career that really stands out, apart from a 2010 reserve premiership? Is there a game that just stands out that you never forget about? Or an instance in a game?
Oh, look, I think so. Look, there's definitely plenty of games over the years you sit there and think about, but there's probably the tail end of 2016, and anyone who played senior football in that time, I think, would agree with me that our finals campaign that year, we all tend to remember and we're always talking about. So we were probably a team that we probably didn't have the most talented list on the park, but at that time we were probably playing the best football in the competition. And we snuck into 5th, and our first 2 finals we played against Yinnar and Morwell North, who at the time were very strong teams, had some very good players, and they were just strong teams. And we beat both them, I think, quite comfortably in the first 2 finals. And we were just, we were definitely up in awe, and there's a random dog on the ground. But
Footy club wouldn't be the same without a dog running on the ground.
And then we got to the prelim final against Newbar, and I think that's one that stands out because over the years we only lost by, I'm going to say it was 7 or 8 points. And it's a game that we really felt like for 3 quarters at least we had it won, or we should have won. And there was probably a 10-minute, 15-minute patch of football where we kind of let them kick a few goals and get on top of us. And I think that's one that we always bring up, that we were close that year to getting into a grand final and potentially winning. So that prelim against Newbar definitely sticks to mind, that's for sure.
How much footy do you reckon you've got left? I mean, I know it's a hard question to answer, and the obvious one is if the body holds out and all that. And obviously the love's still there because you're still playing it. How long do you reckon you got left?
It's a good question. Look, at this stage, I'm trying to get to the end of the season and just assess then. But
it's that short term when you get to that stage.
In terms of fitness, I feel like I could keep going another 5 years, to be honest. Like, I'm still fit enough. It's the body the last few years has definitely started to let me down. I've started to slow down, which has definitely hurt my football. And it's just things outside of that, like I've got to start to think about family now that I've got the young kids and the fiancée there and work, and there's just other attributes now that I really have to start to think about. So I couldn't really tell you whether it's going to be this year, if I'm going to go again, if I could play for another 5 years. I'm just not too sure.
I remember many years ago talking to Robert Harvey towards the end of his career, and he said he adjusted his game towards the end in the way he ran for calves and hamstring problems. He actually adjusted his running. Have you, not that to that extent, but have you adjusted your game over the years at all?
No, probably not, to be honest. I've probably played the same style I have since I started playing football, and as we said before, it's probably been a reliance on my running ability. And as as I'm getting older, it is getting harder, and I probably haven't changed too much, to be honest. I tend to still do as much work outside of football and training as what I did when I was young, which probably isn't beneficial, but it's just who I am and the way I've been raised, I guess. So I'm probably not helping myself in that sense, but yeah, in terms of any aspects of changing my football, I probably haven't, to be honest.
It's an interesting answer, because on a weekend that Scott Pendlebury from Gippsland runs around with Collingwood tonight for game 400, the word is from a lot of people that's had anything to do with him, his off-field stuff and the way he prepares and keeps himself right, which is obviously what you're saying there, is what it's got him to where he is. And on game 400, we're here today to celebrate you being the game's record holder. Is there a player in the competition that at the top level that you've actually geared yourself around or embodied yourself to?
No, look, I can't really think of any, to be honest, no. You're talking like an AFL level?
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people that would talk about, I know we talk about Scott Pendlebury. He said Nick Del Santo, when he come off his draft, he said he goes, if I could become half as good as Nick Del Santo, I'll be happy. Well, he's become 5 times a player. Is there someone that who do you follow?
I follow Richmond.
You've had a bit of success of late.
The last few years. Well, not last few years, I should say, but previous to that, yes. The last few have been a little bit dismal, but back when I was growing up, I actually idolised Brendan Gale when I was young.
Different player,
ruckman. I don't know if it's just because we had the same first name and I just kind of idolised him on that sense. And then Matthew Richardson when he come along. So ruckman and full forward, they're definitely 2 areas I haven't played. So I'm not too sure if there's any correlation there. But yeah, in terms of running ability, to be honest, I haven't really thought that far into it, no.
Do you watch someone like a Daniel Rioli off halfback and go, okay, there's a couple of things there I've picked up on?
These days, I definitely, even outside of Richmond, if I'm just watching a general football game, I do tend to watch the running players or the halfbacks a bit more. And I think it's just maybe just football brain within me that you tend to look at that and you go, all right, are they doing anything that I could be doing better? Or just trying to pick up little pointers. But yeah, I do find myself doing that a little bit more. But yeah, to be honest, over the years, I haven't really thought about it.
That position, though, is that one of the biggest evolvements in the game over the last 20 years that you've been involved?
I would say so.
They've become a real important role in every club.
Yeah, 100%. I think definitely in the last, you see in AFL, last 5 to 10 years, maybe even more, they've become nearly an extra midfielder. The amount of work they do off the back line, I'm not saying that's myself, but just that general position that, they seem to use them more as a running type of player, whereas I think previous it was kind of more of just a lockdown defender. Back in the olden days where you'd just be defensive, whereas it's more of an attacking position now, and they do tend to use it as an extra on ball.
It's a weapon.
Yes.
And it's exciting to watch, I feel. I love watching a good running halfback flanker. That, as you say, I call a midfielder now.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I think teams have evolved, and pace is one thing in the game that really can break teams apart, and they're trying to use that position to definitely get a bit more run and drive.
Just before we let you go, you've been involved in not only one club, one league. So you've only ever been involved in the Mid Gippsland Football Netball League. Is there something that you see that could be either improved or moved upon within this competition?
It's a good question.
Rep footy for one. Would you like to see rep footy?
Yeah, look, rep footy, definitely, back when I was in juniors and started senior careers, definitely a lot more, I felt like it was a lot more prevalent than what it seems to be now. I remember I did play a little bit of rep footy back in the junior days, haven't as a senior footballer, but I just remember it being a pretty big deal back in the junior days and when I first started senior football. So I'm not too sure if there is much of a rep competition these days. To be honest, I haven't really followed it a great deal, but it probably is one area that, if you're wanting to get the best players out of the league, it's probably an opportunity to, maybe look at improving the rep footy, that's for sure.
I think everyone that plays footy says we play for premierships or finals and play in the big games. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, definitely. Look, there's two things I play football for, and one is to try and win a premiership, and the other is mateship. And I've definitely made a lot of friends over the years, so I can definitely tick that one off. So the premiership is one that's really, wanting to achieve. And if I do, I'd be fantastic. If I don't, then at least I've still got the mateships at the end of the day, that's for sure.
Well, the one thing you'll always have, well, we hope forever, is the game's record at Morwell East. And today is against Yinnar, 1 versus 3, and these two sides are going to play a massive part at the pointy end of this season. I would say every football follower watching this would wish you all the best, and hopefully you can get that premiership this year. That'd be a great fitting, not way to go out, but a great cap off a magnificent season for you.
I hope so. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. All the best for the second half.
Thanks.
Welcome back. How good was that? Brendan Evans, got to thank him for his time during the week for that, and the Morwell East Football Netball Club and Colin King for all their help putting that together. Fantastic guy, and all the very best to him. And along with that, Matt, he's been very good today.
He has had a super first quarter. A little bit gingerly in the second quarter there, as we've seen. He was dropping the ball there a little bit, but he's been a super player for Morwell East for a long time.
So, here we go. Underway for the second half. Who's going to win? You just don't know. Witchell wins the tap. Comes out the back. Hurry kick forward from Ben Sheffers. Been great. Goes up towards 50 to the brother Luke. Gets in after it again. Gee, there goes those two. Hurry kick. It's all more or less good block from Birchall. He's going to get it back here, dances around, feeds it back. They go to him every time there's trouble, Abbas. Then he goes into the middle. Great kick to Francis. Free or mark, whatever you want. I think he's paid the free kick. So Brandon Francis, centre of the ground. Up towards centre half forward. He's going to turn that over, though. It's going to be Mark Stolk, the captain. Takes the mark. There's the man bun go at Yinnar, Matt.
Well, there's only one, so.
The captain goes wide to Dean Linton. He lowers his eyes and hits up Bailey. Kicked the first goal of the game today, did Adam Bailey. Goes back and forth. He's put himself under a bit of stress there, but able to get the kick inside.
Well, he's lucky there, Nathan.
He was,
very
wasn't he,
lucky.
Rowley?
Yeah.
Yes, Rowley goes forward. Punched away from Patton, then kicked off the ground. Oh, beautiful pick up, Kimberley, but then he's met solidly, which made him fumble the ball. Famularo, great tackle, pinged that arm, he couldn't get away.
The chicken wing.
Who was that many years ago in the AFL? Was that Chris Judd?
That was.
That big chicken wing?
Yep.
Winchell wins that tap over Tactor. Get a restart, though. So Abbas here again is another midfielder. He's getting a lot of attention from Bailey. Game of volleyball. Witchell wins the tap and ends up handballing out to Luke Sheffers. There is Abbas. Oh, I reckon that's incorrect disposal.
Yep.
And that's that young fella again in Shill. Just smart to lay that tackle.
Nothing flashy about him.
No.
But he just gets the job done. And he's done it for the last 2 seasons.
Just love the way he goes about it, this young boy. He's going to take a good kick from there. He goes to 50. I'll tell you what, that's gone as high as long.
He's brought the stars down.
He has. And it lands in the goal square, and it was just easy for the Morwell East side to mop up through Cunningham. Goes wide to Evans. Draws Sheffers, then lowers his eyes. The kick didn't hit the target, but they'll come out through Nicholson. Quick hands. There's Schill again. Handball over the top to Patton. He feeds it off to Famularo. He's in trouble. Gets a handball. Tony Nicholson punches it away. Linton hits up Rowley, and Rowley will take the mark, and he's about 40 out directly in front. You going to back him in?
I will, but I've done it a few times and they've missed. He's normally a very reliable kick.
So Nathan Rowley hasn't got one today. Oh, that's a beautiful kick.
Loved it from as soon as it hit the boot. Arm up, Jonathan Brown style.
A very balanced kick, and I know I say it a lot, but I do like a player that's balanced because there's less room for error, Matt.
Yep.
On that really balanced kick, and he's certainly that. Yinnar, 5-7-37. Morwell East 4-4-28. We've gone 3.5 minutes third quarter. That's on your TTMI Case IH scoreboard.
I think they need to put Abbas into the ruck. He really got him going in the start of that second quarter, just getting it forward. Even though he's starting in the middle, but not going up in the ruck.
Now, they've moved Tom Robertson to him in the middle.
Interesting move.
It is.
I think that works in Morwell East's favour, to be honest.
It is interesting. If you're going to play as a midfielder, we'll go and put... Oh, and it comes out to Abbas.
Yep.
High long kick, inside 50 for the Morwell East side. Bouncing ball. They come from it from everywhere. Handball comes to the outside. They've got a player in the goal square, and Wanger, he can't get the bounce. They meet him. And we'll get a bounce down in the goal square. So Wangman was very unlucky there. Just needed that to sit. But you look at it and should have Jay Francis just had a shot.
If you're in range, you've got to have a go.
Yeah.
Well, there's a free kick.
Played the free kick to Wangman. So he has an opportunity now to put through his third for the day. And here it is here on screen. So Wangman, directly in front, 20 metres out. They say the commentators curse. You couldn't put it on him from here. He will kick this. And if he doesn't, I'll run 10 laps after the game. There you go, Matt.
No, no.
Or walk. Or waddle maybe. He's put it straight through the middle. And he's got his third. They've kicked 2 early ones. Oh, sorry, 1 each. And Yinnar now 5-7-37. Morwell East with that one go to 5-4-34. Back to 3 points. 5.5 gone third quarter.
Your thoughts, Tom Robertson going on and Bass in the middle?
I don't mind it.
Yep.
But if it doesn't work quickly, he's already got that clearance.
Yep. And not having Robertson in the back line then, which will be a 2-on-1 with Wangman, with Chapman, it can work. Like, I think it can work in Morwell East's favour.
So back in the middle, Witchell. Bailey, left foot. Good mark, geez, he's been good, Benny Sheffers. Feeds it off to Tom Robertson, and that's what he can give you in the middle. He can come out and go to his brother, who can take the mark, and it's not paid. You got to bounce down. Got 8 metres out from the Yinnar goal, but that's what Tom Robertson will give you in the middle, and I do like that.
Yes.
Go straight home. Abbas wins the tap. Townsy will just rush that through from behind. So Towns. He does take his time bringing the ball back into play. Nice long kick towards Abbas. He just wrestles Robertson out of it, but he wins it, gives it to Bailey. Downfield. And I reckon this might end up in the hands of Patton here.
That looks like Luke Cheffers.
Oh, Cheffers is going to get it.
He's a young bloke, he'll take it.
Yes. Yes. He's already got one too. So he's an opportunity to put through. It's just goal for goal right now. And we're talking off air at half time. You normally know at half time, you know, I reckon these might win. I've got no idea who's going to win this.
Yeah, mate, premiership quarter in the third quarter, so hopefully we'll find out.
And he comes, Luke Sheffers, not a problem. Straight through the middle. And he gets his second. And they go on to 6-8, 44. To Morwell East 5-4-34, 7.5 gone. Third quarter on your TTMI Case IH scoreboard. And slowly becoming a bit of a goal fest now, this third quarter. Here's this replay. I reckon they got it right. I don't reckon he did mark that. I reckon he just didn't hold it long enough. But anyway, they got the goal. But I did like the way Tom Robertson come out of the middle then. Matt?
Let's hope he can do it again. It just makes Isaac Abbas more accountable.
Yeah.
Because he's had a lot of freedom today.
So they're 1 for 1 each in the centre clearances since that move's been made.
Yep.
The Bass got that other one long inside 50, and Tom Robertson got the second one as
Here
the
we
tap
go
comes
again.
out. And here we go again. Oh, nearly took his own man out, Birchall. Blair, great tackle. I'm going to sound like a broken record. That's young Schill again. Goes out wide to the wing, to the running Vandermeer. Inside 50. Nicholson from behind gets his fist on it. Oh, took his eyes off the ball. Nicholson goes back in. He's paid a throw. Well, they're going to get another go at it here, Yinnar, and it's going to be Josh Bajera. He's going to have a shot on.
Does know the goals. Has won a reserves league goal kicking before.
Okay. So Bajera from 40. Angle's nothing to worry about. A little bit of a skip on the way in. Oh, that's a beautiful kick.
Beautiful kick.
Good call, Matt. And Bajera gets his first. So all of a sudden, there's been 4 goals kicked in this quarter. You know, I have 3 and Morley's the 1. 7-8-50, you know. Morley's 5-4-34, 9.5 minutes gone. First quarter, TTMI, Case IH. Can you still, or can you pick a winner yet out of this? I know it's early, but
Still
it's hard
too
to
much
tell.
time. There's plenty of time left.
They led by 18 points at quarter time and 3 at half time, but it's gone back out to 16.
Yep.
So it's nearly at a game high again. So it'll be interesting here as Robinson pays some real attention in the middle there to Abbas. Won that time by Tactor. We're going to restart. Tactor again. Blair can't win it cleanly. Quick hands out from Higgins. So, whilst Tactor's winning these taps, do you think it's okay to leave Abbas there as a midfielder?
I think he's a ruckman. He gets the ball forward. He gets them moving. He got them going in a scoreless quarter in the first. He got them going in the second quarter. They're going to have to bite the bullet if it doesn't work out.
Robertson clears it. Out towards Ben Sheffers on the wing. Jumps. Comes off his chest. Evans is there as well. Now they're away. The other Sheffers. Takes a bounce. Was just as Nicholson grabbed him. I reckon that's the right decision, you know.
Oh, no.
Reversed it. And Luke Sheffers gets the free kick out of side. Half forward flank. It's a coach killer.
Yep.
They are away now. Oh, that could be downfield. It is. Just a rush of blood a couple
Right in
of
front
times.
of goals as well. 2 silly free kicks.
That is just not on. Bailey ran in. He's not going to get the advantage. He wanted the dribbler through, and it's going to come back, and it's going to be Will Robertson that's going to have the shot on goal. 15 metres out directly in front. And that was it was Jared Henderson that got the kick away as he was dumped by Nicholson. And I would imagine that Paul Henry will have a word to him at three-quarter time. And Will Robertson, they've kicked 3 in a row, and it's getting dangerous area now for Morwell East as Will Robertson gets his second. And we're now out to a game high, 8-8-56, Yinnar. Morwell East, 5-4-34. A game high lead of 22 points, 10 minutes gone, third quarter on your TTMI Case IH scoreboard. Just have a quick look around the grounds as well, if we can. See what's happening, because there were a lot of close games. Fish Creek's blown out to 20 points over Ballara now. Murbu North, 22 points up over Hill End. Tarwin, a point down on Stony Creek. And that Tura game, that score hasn't changed for a long while. So Kimberley will take the free kick in front, in the middle of the ground. Goes inside 50, one-on-one. That's what they want.
Yep. Very good one-on-one, Wangman. Very good.
And he'll shoot from 45. I reckon he'll have to kick it from 50. Yeah, that's what they've got to do, don't they? They've got to get it in there quick. So Wangman coming in for his 4th goal, 10 minutes into the 3rd quarter. Goes out to the right to get some more distance.
Oh, looks good.
And that's what he's got. Have a
Beautiful.
look at that. Wow. They're a chance while this bloke's doing that. He gets his 4th, 2 for the quarter. And it's just goal for goal. 6-4-40.
Still can't pick a winner.
Is that right, that scoreboard, or am I?
It is 8-8-56. They haven't changed.
No, and have they changed more or less? So anyway, we'll go with ours. 8-8-56, Yinnar. More or less 6-4-40. That's on your TTMI Case IH scoreboard. So it's back to 16 points. And the time clock stopped too over there. So I reckon it could be a computer glitch in the timekeeper's box. Kimberley again. He missed his teammate in Kiriako with the handball. Bailey gives it off. Hurry kick forward from Hutchinson. Out towards centre half back. Sheffers does well. Gives it to Witchell. Ends up in the hands there of Henderson. High ball. Hits. There's a Falcon there.
And he's still down.
Comes out the back. They'll get a shot on goal. Oh, Nicholson just got his hands on the ball as Birchall tried to sell him some candy, and it's Towns. It's taken him a while to get up, and he is up now. So we're gone 15 minutes into this 3rd quarter. Out to Ben Sheffers, right foot snap. It's not going to get the desired result, but we'll get a behind. So 15 points in arrears now. Or at least they go short. Field, up the line, a Bass.
Well done.
Robertson does well. He was pushed underneath it, but Robertson was able to get his hand to it. They're going to get a free kick here, though, through Hutchison. Goes short to Bailey. Been lively this quarter. Bailey in towards...
Oh, great mark.
That is a great mark. He's the smallest out of the 4 there. Read it better, got to the front spot, and Luke Sheffers just stuck the Dukes out and took it.
Yeah, this kid's a real serious player. Very, very good player.
They've been good, the 2 of them today, haven't they?
They have.
He's got 2. This will be his 3rd. Ben's yet to hit the scoreboard, but boy, has he done a lot around the ground.
Yep.
I love his approach. Straight back, balanced, in he comes. Straight over the hat of the umpire.
He likes it.
Gets his 2nd for the quarter and 3rd for the game. So now...
Do more or less respond.
Yeah, 9-9-63, more or least 6-4-40. That's a great mark. Look at that. And look at the straight posture coming in. I just love the balance of the boy. Beautiful kick, good ball drop.
Yep.
So they're 23 points up. Game high now, Nearly 17 gone, 3rd quarter. Some, sponsors that I haven't mentioned today that I should. Hip Pocket, Latrobe Valley. We just got our Hip Pocket gear on today that we got done through them. They do a great job. Max BioCare, Mountain Logging, and the Yinnar Community Hotel Co-op. As Abbas, he's done what you've asked.
Yep.
Matt, they've listened to you. They've put him back in the ruck, and straight away a big punch forward. Blair gives it to Kimberley. Back to Blair. Needs to use the right foot. He does. He's going to get this free kick downfield here. He's going to go to Kiriakou. Liked his game.
He's lively.
He is, isn't he?
Yep.
That's a good kick.
Yep. Oh.
Just didn't come. I thought Towns didn't come hard enough at it. I thought the kick was okay. And was that Bailey that chopped across? I think it might have been Adam Bailey.
Yep.
Yeah, did well.
He's starting to get busy too.
Isn't he?
Yep. Been a good player for a long time, Adam Bailey. League best and fairest winner in the Gippsland League.
What age would he be at?
Oh, he won't like it. He'll be 38, 39.
Yeah, I know. You're not allowed to ask that these days.
Yes.
Ball comes up towards the wing. Crowd asking for it on the full from Cunningham, and they get it. As Henderson will take the free kick. It's getting dark here as Henderson up towards half forward. Geez, he just pushed his opponent out, did Patton, and used his body well. She's in trouble here, though. That's a 3-on-1, but it's going to get out over the back.
Got it.
How is that allowed to happen? And Josh Pajera runs into an open goal and gets his second for the quarter. It's a goal fest here at Morwell East.
Did you see when Patton marked the ball, the three little fellas just sprinted to the goals? They just knew. They had the space.
Shouldn't have been allowed to get goal side over the back there. And we'll see it here. Patton got it in quick.
Yep, there's Pajaya, Cheffers.
It was all Morwell East jumpers.
Yep.
You know, and just shouldn't be allowed to get over there. And then the other thing is Tanner Higgins has to really affect that. Don't try and mark it, punch it and clear it.
Yep.
If you're going to mark it, you've got to mark it. 10-9, 69, you know, Morwell East 6-4-40. It's out to 5 goals, Matt. Biggest lead of the day, 19 minutes in. What was it, 14-point win round 6?
Yep.
Would that be playing in the heads now of all these people?
They would, because they couldn't go with Yinnar for the 4 quarters last time. When they were on, they were super.
So Tactor wins a tap. Umpire pays a free kick here. I reckon he's got the wrong arm signal going. He has. It's going to go to Francis of Morwell East. Up towards centre half forward. Towns recovers well. Gets it in quickly towards Wangman. Can't take the mark. Done well. Did Chapman, feeds it off. They'll go outside their defensive 50. Bouncing ball, done well. Gets it over to Vandermeer. Up towards the wing. Luke Sheffers holds the front spot, but Pickett just nudges him underneath it and is able to take the mark. He'll go inboard to Abbassi. Drops what he probably should have taken. Beautiful toe poke, Callum Hutchison. But Abbas comes back in on it. The handball's turned over. The captain, Stoke, feeds it off towards Ben Sheffers. Goes in amongst 3 or 4 Hawks. They've still got a chance here, you know, to go forward. Left foot of Rowley, but chopped off. So now Morwell East out towards that outer wing. Semler up towards half forward. Robertson has paid a push against him, I think, or holding.
They've got to be quick here. They've got to be quick.
Towns gets the free kick.
Look at them flooding back down to Wangman now.
Yeah.
Makes it really hard as a key forward to lead into when you've got blokes right in front of you.
So Towns. There's Wangman, got the sit, but they come across him. There's 3 of them. Just kill the ball away. Tom Robertson. Now it's going to come out. Is that Mills? It is. Goes up towards centre half forward. Going to get the free kick pattern again here. Against field.
And if they can be quick.
He's got no one to go to.
No.
Just got the short. Sheffers, who gets on the lead, does really well in the end, but he was smart enough to get on the move.
Yep.
But the kick wasn't great. Pickett mops it up and he's turned it over and it ends up in the hands of Renwick. Goes short to Ben Sheffers. It's punched away from him by Evans and he finds the boundary line.
Both Cheffers getting busy this quarter.
Aren't they?
Yep.
Aren't they? What? Luke Sheffers has 2 for the quarter. Ben has a lot of possessions. In it comes, Tactor. Wins it, nice tap left hand, but sharked well by Schill. Feeds it back looking for Ben Sheffers. Abbas is there. Can't win it. Semler, right foot, dangerous spot to go to, but
Good grab.
up to the task was Birchall. Yeah, you can't do that, Isaac. You're gonna. Yeah, he ran straight across him. So you still got him to go to though, and he does that. As Famularo gives chase, Abbas goes up towards the wing. Good mark.
Beautiful
Towns.
kick too.
It was. Gives it off to Francis. Nice kick too. Didn't have to break stride.
They need to keep moving.
Yes, Kiriakou. And I'm sure Wangman agrees with you. Bouncing ball, high ball, tapped away. He's done well at times, Chapman. Gets it out towards Vandermeer. Calling for holding the ball there with the Wangman tackle. The umpire's having nothing of it. It was on Dean Linton. Yeah, Kiriakou could have just kept wheeling around, couldn't he?
Yep. Makes it more one-on-one for Wangman.
Langman takes it out of the ruck. Stokes there, the captain. Taps it away, trying to get the bounce ahead of Rowley. And he's paid the free kick. Go Morwell East's way. all of 40 metres out. He's taking a long while to get up here. He looks a bit sore. Is it Tanner Higgins? So he's going to take a super kick. So as you see, it's right in front of the hip pocket signage. They've got all the way around there.
A lot of players down deep.
Yes, going to take a great kick. Wasn't bad. Punched away from Wangman by Robertson. Handball tried to come out to Wangman. He's there. Playing for the free kick. Not going to be paid. Mills takes it away for the Magpies. Up towards the wing. Bouncing ball. Gets out over Patton. Now Famularo just needs it to bounce for him. Was he tripped? The umpire says yes. Don't know if it was deliberate.
No.
But it was a trip. Famularo feeds it off to a teammate in Hutchison. Hutchison, high ball, but it's all Morwell East, and they'll just back and take the mark. Cunningham been pretty good. To Abbas. Now, plays on. Long ball. Towns is there, but Robertson from behind does wonderfully well.
Been super this quarter.
And they've
just the versatility of him, Brad, you know, going into the middle, you know, shutting down Isaac for that 5 or 10 minutes, and they bagged on a couple of goals out of that.
Good coaching, and he
threw it.
Yes, yes. And it's going to go to Mills. He goes short inside to Will Robertson. It gets out over the back. Sheffers, that's Luke, tackled. No free kick. It's a good tackle though by Birchall. Yeah, Tom Robertson, just so versatile. You're spot on.
Yep.
And it gives the coach confidence of putting him in where he needs to.
Yeah, I thought it was a brave move, even putting him in there.
Comes forward to Will Robinson. Can't take it cleanly and has the pressure from behind from Cunningham, who gets the handball out. Might have been tripped, not paid. Paid a throw. That was against my boy in Schill. And free kick goes to Birchall, who goes short to the outer side to Semler. Gives it to Evans. He runs away onto the right foot. Robertson holding the front spot in front of Towns. Comes forward on the ground. Haven't spoken a lot about him, Renwick. Feeds it back. Under a lot of pressure there was Semler from the Rowley tackle. And he wins the free kick in between wing and half back. 26 minutes gone into this third quarter. There's 4 or 5 goes at that, Will Robinson. Mopped up by Kiriakou. Ooh, nice mark in the end. A little bit of attention from Tom Robertson on Brandon Francis. Probably want to be quick here. There won't be a lot. Oh, there has been a few goals kicked. Goes to Wangman. Renwick comes back. Off to Mills, been great all game and particularly this quarter. Kicks the ball out in front of his captain, Stoke, to run onto and doesn't get a good bounce but lays a good tackle. But they're away, the Hawks. They'll have a flying shot at goal.
Oh.
Off the hands.
Gosh, if they can get one now, late, deep into the quarter, I'll give them a big chance into the last quarter, a bit of confidence.
Yeah, it's blown out to 28 points after 3 points at half time. They've kicked 6 goals this quarter, the Magpies, as Robertson brings the ball back into play. Nice kick to Stoke, where Morwell East have only managed the 2. So, as you said early in the call, it's a premiership quarter, and you know, have proven that.
Well, the stakes are big.
It really is big, and it's 3-quarter time.
It is. Goals.
Yeah, 10-9, 69 Yinnar, Morwell East 6-5, 41, and the goal kickers.
Luke Cheffers has 3, Nathan Rowley has 1, Will Robertson has 2, Josh Bajaya has 2, Stuart Patton, has 1, and for Morwell East, Chris Wangman has 4, and we still don't have that number 44. He has 1, and yeah, that's where we're at with the goal kicking.
28-point leaders are Yinnar here at Morwell East Rec Reserve at 3-quarter time. We'll be back after this short break with all around the ground scores, better players, and the big last quarter. Welcome back to the Morwell Rec Reserve for the Mid-Gippsland TTMI Case IH game, feature game of the round 16, and it's Morwell East at three-quarter time, 6-5-41. They trail Yinnar 10-9, 69 at quarter time. Yinnar are up by 18 points. At half-time they led by 3, and it's now 28 points. Matt Mosley, what do they need to do to get back into this, the Hawks?
Well, we've got to start with get Isaac Abbas straight in the ruck and get the ball moving forward straight away. It's the last quarter. They've only got 25 minutes to make up that 28-point deficit.
So goal kickers for Morwell East to three-quarter time. Chris Wangman has 4, and there are singles to Tanner Higgins, and Shay Duncan is wearing 44. We have just been informed, and in the 33 Guernsey is Lachlan Day, and we still don't know who 42 is, but there your goal kickers. 4 Yinnar, 3 to Luke Sheffers, who had a super quarter, been good all game actually. Will Robertson has 2, Josh Bajera has 2, and then there's singles to Nathan Rowley, Adam Bailey, Stuart Patton, and that makes up their 10. So they kicked a wonderful 6 goals to that quarter to Morwell East 2 goals 1, and that was the damage, wasn't it? They didn't miss that quarter, really.
No, they didn't, but Morwell East are going to the scoring end. There is a slight little breeze. That's not big, but if you're kicking the footy, it will travel.
Yes, and it has been the scoring end today. There's no doubt about that. And we'll just quickly see if we can, before the ball is bounced for this last quarter here at the Morwell Rec Reserve, we'll see if we can get around the ground scores. Fish Creek lead by 21 points over Ballara. Murbu North 28 points up over Hill End. Tarwin 17 points down to Stony Creek, and Thorpedale Turo was close early, and it was 7 points the difference, and we haven't had a score since the first quarter. So the guys out there at Thorpedale need to get their act together and get that score into Play HQ. So we can, because that was a close game. That was in, and Matt, it's a very important game
For Thorpedale, massive.
Back in the middle. Last quarter underway. He's done what you've asked, Matt Mosley, and he's put Abbas into the ruck. He quickly wins it back. He wins the tap, gets the handball back. They're going to go inside 50. That's a great tackle from Vandermeer. Never give up on it. There's still a chance. Comes out, hurried kick towards goal by Kiriakou and misses to the right-hand side, out of bounce on the full. We'll have a free kick and it'll go to Yinnar, and it'll be Brendan Chapman.
Boundary throw in.
Boundary throw in?
Yeah, I think touched. It was touched.
Okay, Chapman's not happy. No. He wanted the kick.
He loves a kick. Left foot up.
So Shea Basazi is in the 42, which we had him in the 30. So we'll make some changes everywhere here. And so Shea Basazi, and he's looked dangerous too. Comes out the back. Robertson feeds it off. Bailey's there. Goes low. Just gets his toe to it, but it's mopped up by Semler. Has a player on the outside in Francis. Hurry kick towards the goal square. Good punch from behind, that time by Luke Linton. And rushes it through. So it'll be Chapman that'll bring it back into play. And that breeze has really sprung up to left of screen.
Yep.
So Chapman out of side. Off the hands of the pack. Famularo feeds it out, but it's going to be mopped up by Brandon Francis. Goes towards Wangman. Chapman does well. He hasn't been too bad, whilst Wangman's got 4. Schill gets it from Tom Robertson. Hurry kick. Mills loved his game. Runs away into the middle of the ground with a beautiful kick to Will Robertson. Gives it off to Vandermeer. Just sits it up. Enables the player to come over the top of Patton. They'll still go forward, Sheffers, but Nicholson from behind gets the punch on it. Feeds it down. Now, just fumbling. Has Abbas if he wants him, goes to him, he fumbles. Really good football there by Hutchison. Sticks at the task, handballs it out over his head. Comedy of errors. Nicholson ends up in the hands of Basazi. Gets around Famularo, gets his kick away as he's tackled. High ball. Gets that over the back. It's all Yinnar to mop up from behind. Umpire's pulled a free kick. It's going to go against Mills, and it's going to go to Birchall from Morwell East. And Ty Renwick was away for Yinnar. So Birchall on the right foot, inside 50. It's a 3-on-1 here. Wangman has it punched away from him. Semler gets there at Robertson. Wants the boundary and
he's
gets
paid it
It's
deliberate.
Paid deliberate. There's been one paid all year.
Umpires love doing that. They love it. Front of the can bar, they love it.
Gee, it's the man that you don't want it in the
No.
hands of, Matt. As he goes, Wangman screws it. It's not going to come back enough. Misses to the right. Probably justice.
They're pressing, though. They are pressing.
Oh, aren't they? What? Yep. And whilst it's 26 points,
It doesn't feel like that.
doesn't. You get two quick ones and all of a sudden it's around that 2-goal margin.
Yep.
It's game on. I don't like the look of Semler here, the way he's walking. He looks really favouring that right.
Very gingerly.
Yeah, I reckon it could be an ankle, the way he's moving. So Stoke goes out towards the boundary, finds a big fella in Linton. Linton up the line. Good kick. Gee, this boy's been good, Mills.
Yes.
Beautiful kick again.
Just hits targets all day, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Hasn't really missed a target.
Yep. To Witchell. Up towards Patton.
Wasn't a bad kick for a ruckman.
It was a very good kick for a ruckman, I think. Gets out over the boundary line in between the arc and the point of square. As you can hear that wind in the effects mic now, it's picking up here and it's going to the left of screen to where Morwell East kick. As Jay Francis tried to run away with it. And it's a cold wind, Matt.
It is. It's dropped about 5 degrees in the last 20 minutes.
So it'll be Witchell with a bass. I reckon Witchell won it, but it's shanked away by Higgins. Going towards Besazy.
They need to move it forward quickly.
Tom Robertson.
Oh, you could hear that.
Jake Birchall, he's got himself up.
Done well.
Just courage, wasn't it?
Yep.
Sliding
Done
in.
really well.
Feeds it off. Brandon Francis. Running kick from 50. High ball. Gets out over the pack for a behind.
Eventually, these need to start to be goals. We can't have the points for Morwell East.
Yeah, you run out
Oh,
of
we've got
time.
a 50 here.
Oh, okay. So Tom Robertson.
Don't think the players got out of the protected zone quick enough.
So it brings him to centre half back. Short up the middle. Sits it up. Had too much on it. It's going to be taken away by Pickett. Goes up towards Towns. Feeds it off. Got nowhere to go. Oh, he got one short here, Besazy. Oh, he's decided to go himself. He had Jake Birchall all squared up if he wanted him. Thanks. Abbas takes the mark, half forward. He'll come inside to Kimberley. Kimberley in the middle of the ground. Kimberley, high ball towards Wangman, holds the front spot. They come from everywhere. Gets out in the front, ducked the head. Good umpiring, let it go. Sheffers ducks his head, gets away, balks another. Long ball up the wing. Gets that over the back. Umpire's paid a push here. And it's going to go to Jay Francis. No, he feeds it off now to Kimberley. Inside,
Good grab,
50 to Towns.
He does have the journey. He does have the journey to get this.
Wow. This will bring it within 3 goals.
Yep.
So Towns hasn't got one today. He's been good though.
Yeah.
Just presents all the time, doesn't he?
Yep.
So he's going to kick it from 52, I reckon. In he comes. Lets it go. High ball.
Looks
It's gone
good.
all the way. Is it straight? It is. What a time.
That's what they needed.
And what a time to get his first. Lucas Towns. So now, game on, Morwell East, 7-9-51. They trail Yinnar 10-9-69. We've gone 8 minutes, nearly 8.5 minutes in the last quarter on the TTMI Case IH scoreboard. Still don't know who's going to win this.
No, I've got no idea.
Because that has sprung up, hasn't it?
It
Down
has.
that end. And you can tell by that kick. I know you said he was a good kick, but that went all to 65, didn't it?
Yep.
Kicked it from 52.
And he didn't kick it hard either. Just went. It was just, a beautiful kick.
So, Kimberley's gone out to a wing here. Renwick, which is interesting.
Yep.
Umpire's paid a free kick here. It's going to go more or less. They're really getting the rub of the green now too.
Yeah, things are going their way.
It helps.
Yep.
They go inside 50. High ball. Oh, I thought he might have been taken high. I've liked his quarter virtually. Has a real dip, but loses out that time. Nicholson's there. Luke Sheffers, nice underground handball to his brother. Taken high by Nicholson. He'll get the free kick, Ben Sheffers. Off to Robertson.
Oh,
Dances around Nicholson beautifully.
He's
Short
turned it.
ball, he's turned it over, ends up in the hands of Higgins. Liked his game, goes up towards Towns again.
and that's Tom Robertson's opponent. He's turned the footy over and he's kicked it straight to Lucas Towns.
Quickly goes on to a one-on-one to Wangman. Could he have kicked it from there? Oh,
think-
good smother. Good smother by Wangman. Still a chance here.
Oh.
Toe pokes it off the ground. Picked up by Kimberley. He's kicked it.
Wangman's goal. Smart play there by Wangman.
Wow. All of a sudden,
They've got a sniff.
that's what we're talking about. You kick 2 goals, it's back to 2 goals, and it's game on.
Yep.
Morwell East 8-9-57, trail Yinnar 10-9-69, 10 minutes gone. Last quarter on your TTMI Case IH scoreboard. How'd you see that unravel?
It was pressure. It was pressure. They just kept pushing and pushing, and eventually Yinnar turned the footy over and they get another goal out of it.
Wow. It's brought the crowd to life, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're up and about.
Back in the middle. Witchell and Abbas. Wins the tap Abbas. Comes out the back. Bailey. Just wrapped up in the tackle was Kiriakou. Made mention of him a lot today. Again, Abbas wins it. Another tackle. That's won by which of that one? Mills gets a hurry kick, high ball. Still in the middle of the ground. Will Robertson comes out. Feeds it off now. Through Renwick. High ball. Front spot. Given to Field. In front of Patton. He quickly plays on. Wants the middle. Oh, has a player over the back here. Takes a good mark. Does Higgins. Tanner Higgins plays on. Here's the one-on-one they want. Wangman dives and drops it. Stokes there for Yinnar, the captain. Feeds it out. Again, diving in. What an effort. He has been super, has Birchall in this last quarter. Gets it back out to Kimberley. Back to Birchall. Ducks under one. Feeds it off. Ends up in the hands of Tactor. He's all wrapped up. We'll get a bounce down.
They're moving. They're moving the footy quickly. It's what Wangman's been screaming for all day.
Abbas wins the tap, back to Tactor. Sheffers feeds it off to Hutchison. Reading it well was Pickett. Once the left foot gets it. Oh, look at the long kick. Gets out over the back. Here he is. Wangman needs to snap it. He does! Whoa, that's his 5th. What a game of football. It was 5 goals about 15 minutes ago. And it's now a goal the difference. Morwell East 9-9-63. Yinnar 10-9-69. Look at that. What a goal.
The ball's definitely travelling a lot further, isn't it, with this wind? It's definitely probably a lot stronger than we expect.
Definitely picked up. On the TTMI Case IH scoreboard, it's a 6-point game. And we're 13 minutes in to the last quarter. Comes out. Ben Sheffers goes inside 50. Floating ball. Patton wins it at the back. High ball. He's going to miss everything. And the free kick will go to Jay Francis. Deep in defence.
Looks like we've got an injury here, Brad.
Is that Brandon Francis?
That is.
He's been great.
Hopefully it's not those hamstrings of his.
So, Jay Francis, up the wing, Abbas, got a lot to contend with. Read it better than everyone, didn't he, Jared Henderson? He's going to go short inside, but geez, turned that straight over and straight down the throat of Dylan Field. Plays on. Oh, Lux of Fortune, Kiriako.
He's playing super, Kiriako.
He has, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Loved his game. Nick Kiriakou in between wing and half back. Just a lazy kick looking for Evans. It's not going to get there. It ends up in the hands of Hutchison. High ball towards Patton. Takes the mark on 50. Has Luke Sheffers running for him on the spread. Takes the mark. 25 metres closer. He'll have to kick this 40, but as we say, that wind is in his face.
It is, but you turn that footy over in that centre square and look what happens. It's such a big thing. And it's such a tight game. But yeah, definitely a tough kick for Luke. But he's been super today.
In he comes. Luke Sheffers. They're a goal in front. It's been great all day. He's kicked 3. He's not going to kick 4 there. Comes off the hands of the pack.
Handy point.
It is a very handy point.
Hang on, Billy.
Blair, bring the ball back into play on the left foot.
Normally a beautiful kick.
Long kick. Out the back. Good punch from Sheffers though. Ends up in the hands of Linton. That's Dean. Inside 50. Gets there over the back. Patton's there. Blair gives chase. Patton gets his left foot dribbler. Hits the post. So it's an 8-point ball game now. In favour of Yinnar. 16 minutes gone last quarter. Again, long ball. Comes off the hands of the pack. Kiriako's there. Has Nicholson if he wants him, but he takes it out over the boundary line. Of a boundary throw in between wing and half forward for Yinnar. Witchell gets out over the back to Sheffers. All these have the numbers, just can't get the bounce. The handballs ended up, but he come in after it again, did McKenzie. The handball ended up nearly in the hands of Luke Sheffers, but went in after it again, gets the boundary line as he cramps up. Abbas, out the back. Kimberley.
Want to catch him.
What a game he's played. Up towards Towns at centre half forward.
Beautiful grab.
That is a great mark in front of Robertson. Towns, now the one-on-one. Wangman holds a front spot, gets that over the back. Chapman does well. Didn't get low enough. Waiting for the bouncing ball. Picked up. Handball. Turned over in the end from Duncan. They mop up. Finds Schill from Stoke. Schill now low to Witchell. Can't hold the mark. Kimberley again. He's tackled. Turns it over. Gives it to Ben Sheffers. Gets it back to Renwick. Short kick. Finds a big man. Just went the desired distance to Witchell.
9.5 metres, I reckon.
Witchell Up the wing. Luke Sheffers. What a game. Tackle. Feeds it off to Bailey. Hurry kick. Bouncing ball. Taking it out over the line is Bajera. They've just contained him a little bit now, you know.
Yeah, they're eating up the minutes a bit now.
18
Still plenty
minutes.
of time.
Yes. 18 gone. 8-point lead to Yinnar. Punched away from Abbas. Go forward. Punch forward. Famularo's there. Ends up in the hands of Linton. And he's tackled by Duncan. We'll get a restart right in front of Sports Stream Live broadcast side of the ground. Fed out from Abbas. Again, Kiriakou. Robertson. What a battle that's been at
It's
times.
been a great battle.
Oh. Short to Famularo. On the left foot. Sits it up. Gives space and time for Towns. Gets it to Kiriakou. Left foot, but he's going to put it straight down the throat of Robertson. And he had Wangman on the lead. To Stoke. Runs away. Evans gets his hands to it. Comes to the front. Higgins. Tackled. Evans gets his toe to it. Comes out from Pickett. Again. Up the line from the Magpies. Nicholson just blocked there for Francis. That's Jay Francis. Or in fact, it was McKenzie. Abbas wins that. We've got to restart again.
Yeah, with Yinnar will want a few stoppages here. Eat up a little bit of time, even if it's only 1 or 2 minutes. Just makes Morley self-doubt that little bit more.
It's won by Witchell. Oh, that's holding the ball. No. Let go. Bailey to Schill.
That man again.
To Sheffers. To Sheffers. Unbelievable. Luke to Ben. Is it coming back? No.
Oh.
Wow, this is a game. A great game of footy, this one. So it'll be Blair to bring the ball back into play. 20 minutes gone. We're into time on. 9-point leaders Yinnar.
Up the middle.
Yeah, he was pushed then. Shea Duncan. You'll get the free kick. You need to play on and you need to go quick. Has Towns moving for him. Out towards the scoreboard. High ball. Towns comes out and meets it. Really presents. Goes low. Feeds it back. Stokes there. He lets it go. Ends up in the hands of Vandermeer. Kicks around the corner. There's going to be a free kick. It's holding. It's going to go to Yinnar. Bajera goes inside 50. Play on. Good decision. Comes off the hands of Patton to Blair. Blair has Kiriakou on the outside. Goes to him. Has Nicholson running past. Honours that. Bigger Bass at the back.
One on
Has 4 to
four.
beat. Vandermeer to Witchell. To centre half forward. Too much on the kick. Blair hits it away. He's going to get it back. He's tackled. Goes to ground. We're going to bounce down. And as you say, Matt, stoppage after stoppage plays into Yinnar's hands.
It does.
Witchell. Yeah, that's a good tackle from Henderson. And again, another stoppage. Bouncing ball. Gone the check side. Comes off the hands of the pack. That was Hutchison. And it's 10 points to Yinnar. 22 minutes gone last quarter. They quickly bring the ball back into play up the middle. Good punch away from Vandermeer. Tom Robertson's there with Evans. He slides in underneath at Robertson. They come in from everywhere. Kimberley's there. We have a bounce down. Centre wing position out of side. 22 and a half gone. 10-point lead to Yinnar. Abbas has pulled a free kick. Is it going to Witchell?
Yeah, don't know why though.
Just slowing it down. I reckon they've done enough. 23 minutes gone, 10-point lead. Turned it over. Tractor. Tactor.
And 50, no?
Yep. He's paid 50.
Ooh.
Which puts you in scoring distance.
It does, especially going the left side of the screen.
Yeah.
He's only probably about 40 metres
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
And you got the breeze at your back.
Yep.
And we've seen this particular second half, but the whole game, it's been down that end.
Yep.
The scores. And they're sailing them through. So Tactor, he'll kick from 45. High ball. Just needs the win to take it, and he's
good.
done.
Wind's brought it through.
Wow. I've just said that I thought they might have done enough. Wow.
Spoke too soon.
I have. 24 minutes gone. Morwell East 10-9-69. Trail Yinnar by 4 points. 10-13-73. That's on your TTMI Case IH scoreboard.
Can they steal it?
Well, that's exactly what it would be if they do. It would be a steal, I would have thought. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so.
Fish Creek 101, Ballara 36, Mubu North 54, Hill End 26. Tarwin 59, ahead of Stony Creek now 50. And still no change in the Thorpedale Tourist scorers. It's back in the middle of Bass. Big punch forward. Gets it out over the back. Here's Birchall. Just couldn't get the bounce. Then he lays the tackle. Really liked his game as the rain comes in at a very unfortunate time. We're nearly done. Just hold off. Sheffers to Sheffers. High ball. Ooh, he's copped one high. Downfield. It'll go to Bajera. It was against a Bass. Short. Bailey drops it. Playing for the free kick. Won't get it.
Come on, East! Work hard! Come on, Tanner! Stop wasting time!
So,
Crowd are getting busy.
boundary throw-in, 25 and a half gone.
Come on, East!
Witchell wins it in front of Abbas. They go to ground, dive in across it. 4-point game. 25 and a half gone. Yinnar lead. Goes to ground, Henderson, was it? Very smart. Just wants a stoppage.
Just held it in, didn't he, Brad?
That's all they need. Witchell goes early. And Abbas will get the free kick here. They'll need to get it back to him quickly as Kiriako collects it. He'll need to wheel and go. Couldn't be much long to go. 4-point game. Blair blocks for him. Gets it inside. Wangman comes off the hands of the pack. Gets to the front. It's Birchall again.
Oh, it's a nail biter.
It is.
It is. It's a nail biter.
Wangman goes through his hands. Sheffers slung to the ground.
Carnage! Dig deep! Run through, mate, come on!
4 points. Couldn't be long to go. Nearly 27 minutes gone. Kimberley. Sheffers kick up the line. Patton holds the front spot. Punched away by Field from him. We'll have a boundary throw in right on the interchange. Centre wing position. A lot of players around this. Yinnar will fight for a stoppage. Morwell East want it clear. Abbas pushes out. Nick Kiriako gives it back to Pickett. There's a siren. What a game of footy.
Great game of footy.
10-9-69 Morwell East. Yinnar 10-13-73. They've got up by 4 points in an absolute thriller. What a game of footy. At quarter time, Yinnar led by 18 points. At half time, they led by 3. 28 points at three-quarter time. Morwell East have flown home and fell short by 4 points. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back for the wrap-up right back here at Morwell East. Welcome back to the Morwell East Recreation Reserve, where it's been an absolute thriller for the round 16 clash out here in the TTMI Case IH Mid Gippsland Football Netball League feature match. In the end, Yinnar 10-13-73, run out 4-point winners over Morwell East 10-9-69. What a game for your first game of footy, Matt Mosley.
It was lovely. I loved it. Great game of footy.
It was an incredible game, wasn't it, in the end?
Yeah, we couldn't pick a winner. We kept saying it during the day, who was going to win, but we just didn't know.
It proved right in the end, didn't it? It's been a magnificent day out here, and it's just started to rain towards the end. But what a game of footy it's been. It means a lot to the competition up the top end now, with Yinnar winning that one. Over the top side, Morwell East. And whatever happens in the other games, there were Foster and MDU had the bye. Fish Creek looked like winning, so they'll probably go to top because of their percentage now.
Yep.
And Yinnar will go to second and Morwell East will drop to third.
And that'll be the double chance that you really want, and you don't want to sort of have that elimination, even though you finished third.
So we'll wrap it up here from Morwell East. It's been a magnificent day. Thanks to Mickey Robinson and Jeff on the camera, and of course Stefan Gregory pushing all the buttons. Matt Mosley, thank you very much for your first gig at it, and we'll see you next week when we're covering a West Gippsland game between Warrigal Industrials and Coralline. The following week we will be doing the big clash of round 18 of Mid Gippsland football. That's out at MDU against Foster on the 17th of August. Thanks for your time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and go Blues tonight.